Were you prisoner under rape and arrest?
No.
On what grounds you been arrested?
For the issue, for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk.
Seku Sherry day.
Labira, Labira. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It's time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk.
Seku Sherry say.
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It's time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue. For better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, this is the mother Liberia. It's time to talk. Making sense of the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to
Seku Sherry day.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I want to stand up African soldier, African soldier to fight for freedom. I want to stand up African soldiers now, African soldiers to fight for freedom. Some are dead and some are living. Those that are dead are still fighting on. Those that are living are still fighting. Chaka Zulu, African soldier. Listen, let's say African.
Good morning, Liberia. Good morning to our most beloved and most cherished Liberians. This is how we say welcome. This is how we tell the people welcome each and every mornings. Whenever you hear this song on your radio, whenever you see us on the television, you know that it is the program Good Morning Liberia. Let me say a pleasant good morning to those of you watching us this morning on Facebook. And let me say good morning to those of you following us from our online page. And also good morning to those of you listening through Radio Land. This is where we come every morning to talk about issues that matters to our people, to talk about things that are happening within our country. So let me say good morning to those of you there joining us in Bone County, those of you there in Grand Bassa County. Good morning to those of you there in Mahakipi County, Lofa County, Nimba County, and the 15th political subdivision. Let me say good morning to all of you. And let me welcome you to another fascinating edition of Good Morning Liberia. This is where you talk at talk. We all do the talking. This is where we do not go back to the butchers. This is where we speak truth to power. And of course, each and every morning, I enjoy this song so dearly. And we need leaders. We need leaders not in love with money. Liberians, we need leaders who are not in love with money, but in love with justice. These are the leaders that we need. Not in love with publicity, but in love with humanity. When the law has no longer, or when the law no longer protects you from the corrupt, guess what it always do? It protects the corrupt from you. That is what can happen when the law can no longer protect its citizens from the corrupt.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
And so welcome to all of you, those of you making your way to town this morning, welcome. Those of you on your way to your business places, let me say welcome. Those of you heading to your offices, those of you making your way to the market. You know, I always say a job is a job. If you're getting prepared in the morning to go and run your motorbike, to ride your keke, to do your commercial, transport, what I can say is that it is your working place. You need to dress up and be able to turn up in time, no matter what you're doing. Those of the people going to the offices, those of you going in the streets to ride your kekets, those of you going to the marketplaces to sell your market, you are all going to your job sites. My name is Samira Wanlai, and of course, I'm Samira Wanlai, and I'm here with you this morning. There are a lot of things we're going to talk about. Today marks the President State of the Nation address. And I think it is his third State of the Nation address. Yes, I'm sure. Is it third? Yes, the third. Yes, it is the third. Was it the first one that he fell off? Yes, of course. But we're here this morning. We're going to give our analysis
from economic jargon. Attention, African soldiers. Lila, Sikasi, Lila,
And the second one, I still have that video in my possession. I'm sorry. Wherein you heard the security telling the president that you need to hurry up and go and sit down. Or after this one, you just go and sit down. Yeah, but today is the third State of the Nation address. We're going to give our analysis. Liberians, what are some of the things you expect the president to say?
African soldiers.
Is it just going to be the same old things? Is the president going to talk about unity today? What are some of the things you expect? The president going to talk about the building there in Lofa County? Is the president going to talk about the economy, the budget? These are things that we will be looking at. We want to be giving our analysis and also saying as to some of the things that the president will be speaking about here today, right? These are things that we will talk about, and there are lots of issues. Of course, we're going to weigh in on this issue that has to do with the yellow machines. We will weigh in on it. Of course, we're going to do that. But what are some of the things? We'll also give Liberians the time to be able to participate too. So tell us, what are some of the things they expect from the president address today? So keep following and keep watching. Liberians, let me say morning. Let me say welcome to you guys. Quickly, let us do a few acknowledgements. Grace Williams Joshua will join later. And we also have Ben Believe Tokpaye. We will also be giving his analysis about this whole State of the Nation address thing, and also telling us as to what are some of the things that he expects for the president to talk about. We hope that, this whole building in Foya will be part of the State of the Nation address, the budget. These are, essential things that we want to listen to, the economy, the roads around the country. We're going to be telling you this morning what are some of the things that the president will talk about, and also give our analysis on the third, State of the Nation address. Those of you just joining the platform, I encourage all of us to please share the live video, invite a friend to watch, invite a friend to listen as we go about this discussion. Indeed, it's going to be a very, very much fruitful conversation here. So keep following and keep tuned in as we go ahead this morning. Quickly, let us do a few acknowledgements, and then we go into our conversations. This is James Droba Wamili, and this person says, "Good morning, VOL family. I'm James Droba Wamili. I'm following from Banga City, Bon County. Thanks for the update." Barclay Victor is watching from Cardwell, New Redemption Road. Favor Morris says, "Good morning, my people." And this is also Lincoln Campbell. This person writes, "Good morning. Thanks for the hard work. I'm following from Bon County." Roland Sua says he's watching from Johnsonville, Kankan Town community. And this is Vinicius Junior Bar. And Vinicius is following our broadcast this morning from District 16. Papi Eskeita is watching from Dupont Road as usual. Buffy M. Rogers Jr. is following from Grand Cape Mount County. Ambassador Fokpa G. Flomo Jr. says following. Siliki Tuare writes, "Good morning, Voice of Liberia family." AC Makia says, "Good morning, my own self-sister and Liberia female general in journalism. And your panelists, I'm watching from Cardwell, New Georgia, Waterside. A Sekou Sharif T-shirt, oh man. Malu F. Fofana is following our broadcast this morning from 20th Street, Singapore. Ma Hawason writes, and he says, "Good morning, Voice of Liberia. I'm Chairman Mo Keita, the chairman for the movement to restore the Liberian people hope under the aid following from Banka, Bon County." Babu S. Kamara says, "Good morning, Voice of Liberia. My name is Sekou. And I'm Sekou Kamara watching you guys from St. Paul Bridge community. Thanks so kindly for the great work." Josiah Andrew Match is following from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, USA. Elijah Cotty writes, "Good morning, Voice of Liberia family. My name is Elijah Cotty. I'm following the broadcast in my Brooklyn community resident in Banga City, Bon County." Tume Yakbar Joseph says, "Good morning, Miss Samira. One line, the peace, love, and people of our great country, Liberia. I'm Joseph Watme, watching a live presentation from my proper corner on Front Street, Cinco. He said Front Street, Rocktown Community District number 7. It's been a while, Samira. We're begging Mr. Bwaka not to faint today. Yeah, I saw something that said, know your history, right? How is it that Liberians, they do, some of the Liberian people, they do not know their history? How is it again? I remember the day that the president, but anyways, it was like, I think it was like a week ago, marking the day that the president finished on the whole State of the Nation adjusting and blah, blah, blah. But let me say good morning. Elijah Ponge is following us from our YouTube page, and he says, good morning, Voice of Liberia family. I'm following from Foya City, Lufa County. Morgan Tato is watching, and he says he's watching from Bon County, Kogoya. Let me say a pleasant good morning to all of you, and let me welcome you. This morning, we're going to have a really, really, really good conversation here. And all you need to do is to stick still, share the live broadcast, invite a friend to watch, invite a friend to listen as we have a very good conversation here this morning. Again, I'm Samira Wanla, and let me say thanks for joining us. Good morning to you, Ben. Welcome.
Good morning, Samira. It's good to be here. Good morning to the thousands of Liberians who've tuned in to Good Morning Liberia on Voice of Liberia, the biggest media platform in the country. And I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to God to be alive, to be in good health and in good shape, and to be on the radio. And thanks to the management team of Voice of Liberia, headed by the CEO, Sekou Sharif, for making it possible that we return back to do the job we commit ourselves to do for the Liberian people.
That's great. How was your long weekend, Ben?
The weekend was great. I had a great weekend. My weekend had a mix and balanced activities. As usual, one integral part of my weekend or weekdays, I've always been, fitness. But during the weekend, I take the fitness to a whole level where I add cardio, calisthenics, and others. So I did that. And on yesterday, I went to service, and so those were things that I did. And normally, I would take notes to acquaint myself with things that happen during the week, how we can engage our fresh starts. And the SONA, the State of the Nation address, I also been following. We've been documenting and reading the regime contradictions and how we can do a pre-analysis of it. We don't know what Boga will say today. We already know, so we'll do a pre-analysis. So it's been a fantastic one, and all I want to say is God is the greatest. God is the greatest.
That's great. Fellow Liberians, shortly we'll be joined by Grace Williams Joshua. But until then, here we are. As usual, we do the housekeeping as to what are some of the things, trending in the country or around the world. And this is what we're going to start up with, right? The trendy issue. The State of the Nation address today is the D-Day. That is the day in which the president would address the nation. It happens every year, and we're to listen to His Excellency Joseph Yomabwaka today as to what he has to tell the Liberian people when it comes to governance and his government structure and all of these things. But that is one of our major conversation because we're going to take our time on it, give our analysis, predict what are some of the things that will be said today? So there will be predictions as to what will be included or what is already included in the State of the Nation address. And we're going to look at the governance as well. I mean, we're going to look at the economy. We're going to look at the budget. At last, we're just going to look at the leadership of President Bouakai, right? So after the State of the Nation address today, tomorrow morning again, we will be here to be able to analyze what the president says. So that is our major conversation. We're also going to drive into this conversation that has to do with the yellow machines. We got a release from the Ministry of Information telling the Liberian people that the machines that came to town, they will be exported back to China because the deal did not materialize, but rather, they're going into another negotiation with another company. We're going to weigh in on that and a lot of issues here to talk about this morning that will take us up to 10 o'clock. So stick still. as we go about. Do not forget that the cash giveaway is on. The ABC game was being launched. And so there are a lot of things for you to win here this morning. All you need to do is to dial star 799 star 8 hatch, play with 200, is it 50? 50 Liberian dollars. I'm sorry. Play with 50 Liberian dollars and be able to win yourself some money here this morning. So we're on to trending issues, right? What's trending? The State of the Nation address is one of the trendy issues, of course, but we're going to reserve it for our major conversation. And there are other things that are trending within the country. There are other things going on, and I have this release here from a journalist, and he talked about the bar roads in the southeast. He spoke about it, saying that for decades there have been bar roads, and there have been inconvenience, but there are bar roads within the southeast, right? That was what he said. So we will also look at, like I said, we're going to look at a lot of things here this morning, infrastructure wise, the economy, the budget. I have a lot of things to say on the program today. But let us be able to hear you, Ben, what is trending from your end, and then we move forward.
Well, basically the public, the mistrust, the confidence of the people in the regime, it has deteriorated, and so Liberians no longer trust the regime. That is an open secret. Liberians no longer trust the regime. And one thing we want to talk about the manner in which the actual speed situation was handled in the country. It shows how disorganized things are. The politicization of things. Those are things I want to throw light on in my own housekeeping. But I mean,
So
most
you
of
followed the whole actual speed thing, yeah?
yes, I followed the
But,
entire
but
ISIS.
how it was being politicized? How?
Well, there's a kid there I think needs to be controlled. There's a kid called I think Songana's son, Songana Jay's son or something. It was like shouting in the camera, "Oh, we're not taking this man to Charles. We are all of that." People should stop politicizing by uttering such a statement alone is the politicization of it. And we also saw, as part of the housekeeping, we saw the CDC headquarters, the new party headquarters construction. It was displayed, and His Excellency President George Weah was on the ground. And we want to say thanks to the team, the construction team of the CDC headquarters. That shows maturity, it shows responsibility on the part of the CDC to be able to withstand all of the threats and still be able to say we can build our own home. So kudos to the CDC for that.
Okay, thank you, Ben. Thank you. I think I'm okay now. Thank you. And let us be able to go into our conversation here this morning. Now, fellow Liberians, today marks the President, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai, third State of the Nation address. On today, the President will be telling the people, the Liberian people who gave him the power to serve, some of the things that the government has been able to do for its people. The president will be talking about the economy. The president will be talking about some of the things that happened over the year, right? Because this is like every year thing. So over the year, some of the things that happen, the president will be saying it. And there are a lot of things that will be talked about today. As usual, it's like I can say a whole booklet when it comes to the State of the Nation address, because there are a lot of things that the president can talk about. And on the broadcast this morning, we're going to weigh in on the conversation. We're going to give our analysis. Like I said, we will predict some of the things that the president is to say today. And we'll also be asking questions as to if there are other things that will be included in the president address. The president first and foremost address that he gave to the nation when he was elected as a president, it was on that day he fell. And many people said that the planning committee were not being strategic. Looking at the president's state, they were not to allow him to carry that kind of bulky speech. Rather touch few of the parts that he's supposed to touch, and then the whole booklet be given to other people so that they read. And the second State of the Nation address, I think they played smart, wherein the president was being told that after a particular thing being said, you have to leave the stage. And today is the third State of the Nation address. My Liberian people, time flies. And we're to listen to the president today. We'll also take you Liberians' view, because Liberians are the ones that voted in the president. So we'll be taking Liberian views. Okay. Okay. We'll also be taking, I'm sorry. Okay. We'll also be taking you Liberian views. You'll tell us what are some of the things. But these are some of the questions that I want to ask Liberians. What is it that we expect from the president today? Is it the same problems? Are we expecting lies? What are we expecting today? That's the question. And let me say this, right? This is just, a stuff for the committee to be able to take note of. Let them be able to make the place conducive for the president. Before we go into the conversation, let them be able to make the place conducive for the president. If it costs for the planning committee to put the big fence down like they did for the past State of the Nation address, let them do it. Let them do it. They counter meet, they put a big fan there. If you're able to put a big fan there, or you're able to put an AC there, you'll do it. We don't want reoccurrence, of what happened before. Let the president be able to give his State of the Nation address and not to faint on the Liberian people. So you take note. You put the fan down, you put the AC down, let the place not be hot for the president. But what are some of the things the Liberians expect today? What are some of the things they expect? Is it that Liberians expect for the project in FOIA to be a part of the State of the Nation address? Let us look at the budget. Will the president speak about drug? Looking at the money allocated for drug in the budget and looking at the money that goes into NSA and other places that cannot be audited? What's happening? It said, okay. It said that will be done. But then let us be able to go into it here, because I have my own analysis to give on the platform. So let us be able, let's hear you on this. We're going to take 2 or 3 rounds on this with our own analysis. Let us look at particularly, first we'll start with the prediction. What are some of the things you expect, Ben, from the president today? And afterwards, we'll go on to governance. Let us see how the president has been governing. Let's hear you, Ben.
First of all,
Hello?
Boak, Boaka, Boak,
I'm not getting you. Hello?
hello? Are you
Yes,
still not getting me?
very clear.
Okay.
The issue was from my end.
Okay. So Boaka is going to lie about reconciliation. He's going to say he reconciled the country, which is a lie. He's going to say that he's going to say reconciliation has been taking place. He's going to talk about that. He's going to talk about road connectivity in the country. He's going to talk about that. He's going to talk about road connectivity. He's going to ignore the. He's not going to put more emphasis on the visa ban or suspension of of immigrants visa. He's not going to throw emphasis on it. He's not going to see it as a major issue that should be addressed. He's not going to weigh in on it. He's not going to talk about how unrealistic the 8.4 billion dollars arrest budget is. He's not going to talk about that. Waka is only going to do the normal politics. He's going to inflate numbers. He's not going to admit that the NIMOD report released by NIMOD and its executive director, Mr. Eddie Jawad Waka, is not going to talk about that. He's not going to throw light on it. Waka is not going to talk about the $10 million FOIA project. He's not going to talk
Your
about that.
line is breaking. I think probably it's because of the mark. I think without the mark, it's okay. It's actually
Okay,
breaking in. Yeah.
okay, no problem. I can do that.
Yeah, so we can just do it with the stuff and then we'll be able to get you on here quickly, right? So we're giving out our predictions. As we would say, what are some of the things that the president will talk about on the State of the Nation address today? And it's not just about the president talking about these things, but it's also about the implementation. Because over the past time, we have noticed that, or we know that, there are certain things that the president will talk about. For an example, the president will talk about the rule of law, but is the rule of law being respected in our country? Certainly no. The president will talk about unity. There are a lot of things that the president have been speaking about, and we're not seeing it as to the way he says it. So today, these things that he will be talking about, is it true? We'll be checkmating here. Are these things true? We expect to hear about the whole U.S. ban thing. We expect to hear about it as to how far is it, how long is this going to last? Because this has great impact on Liberians. These are things that we want to hear about. The president should also be able to talk about the economy. Looking at the economy, the rate, buying and selling rate. These are things that we expect to hear about because there's this saying that rice is cheap, this one is cheap, that one is cheap. But everything on the market is still at the rate of 200, I should say, as much as the rate has dropped. Certainly, I want to blame all of these things on the president because when he says something, it should be done. So we expect to hear about our economy. How is it? We expect to hear things about the agricultural sector. Liberians have started producing their own rice now. Is it taking over the market? Or are we going to remain importing rice? There are a lot of things. Looking at the budget, there are a lot of places within the budget that the president should be able to speak about. I'm just trying to give out some of the lineup. I'm not yet ready to go into my own conversation. We're giving out some of the things, and then when Ben get on here, he'll be able to talk about this. And then I will continue the conversation. When Grace comes in, she'll be able to say what you have to say about this thing. But let us be real. Look at the budget. Will the president tell us that his government is fighting drug? If he says it, will Liberians believe it? Are you seeing the government efforts they're making to fight drug? What is in the drug budget? What is in NSA budget? Is it what they're going to tell us? Why is it that the LTA, the Maritime, the NASCAR, other people, they are not contributing to the national budget? Liberians, these are questions you should be able to ask yourself. It is because these are places that the government will use to get money for itself, for the government to be able to build a party headquarters, for the government to be able to get money for campaign 2029. That's the reason why you see these citizen administrators, they're not contributing. Will the president be able to address all of these issues, or we're just going to hear the normal thing? Fellow Liberians, the unit, the rescue agenda, the rescue train is on, and Liberians, we're going to do this, we're doing this, we're going to do that. Is that what we're about to hear? I have reconciled the country. We will continue to fight drugs. That is how the president speaks. What's new we're going to get this year? What are some of the projects that the president will be pointing at in his address today to say that over the year the government has done this, the government has secured this deal, this government has done this? What are some of the things that you will put at? What are some of them? What are some of them? What is it? So let us be able to get Ben on. Yeah, let us get Ben on. I think it's going to go in now. Let's hear you, Ben.
Well, like I indicated earlier, Barker is not going to say anything that is truthful, that anything that has changed, anything that is impactful. He's not going to give any comprehensive update on the bread and butter issues of the Liberian people. Nothing he's going to give. Instead, Wakai will give update on existing road projects that he met when he took over from President Weah. Those projects, he will make it appear as if they are projects of his own. But the good thing is Liberians are fully aware. He's not going to talk about the issue about unemployment that is very high in the country. He cannot talk about that. Anything he's going to say about that will be all lies and deception. Waka is not going to talk about upholding the rule of law. If he says it, it is on the basis of lie and deception. He's a brave guy. He's brave in telling lies and deception. Joseph is going to say he's reconciled the country. That's what Joseph is going to say. Joseph is going to say the state of the economy is sound, is strong. That's what Joseph is going to say. Joseph is going to say his government has performed better in the course of going to 3 years. He's going to make things better. That's what Joseph is going to say. Joseph does not have any substantive issues to talk about. Everything that is before Joseph, for example, what that guy Josiah Joker talk about, the bi-monthly payment at the CSA, even though they cannot do the 31-day payment, but they are talking about quote-unquote bi-monthly payment. Waka is going to say they will pay Silver 7 2 times in a month. That's what he's going to talk about.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure that will be included in the State of the Nation address,
yeah.
because it's going to be telling the Liberian people, what are some of the things that this government has done over the period of time. But are there, projects that he will be able to point to say, yes, we did this for the Liberian people, we've secured this. I don't know as to if the yellow machine thing will be part of the whole State of the Nation address.
When you talk about projects, the police boot to Semisago Boulevard Johnson will be one of the
But
projects.
I think he spoke about it. He is 2025 State of the Nation address. So that's something that he's going to speak about. Like, this one year, what are some of the things that they did overall? Or is it that I must Ben, I just think that to put this whole State of the Nation address in a nutshell, I think it's going to be like we're we're striving to do the best for Liberians. The international community, we're doing our best. The recognition. He's going to talk about that whole diaspora thing. That diaspora thing where Liberians from the diaspora they came to the country, and that as for that one is going to be included. But I think that this whole thing is just going to be well. It's going to be future things terms. I mean, when it comes to deliverables, right? It's going to be future things. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to put this play this sport page in Bone County. The process is about to start. I think almost everything. And one of the things that will be said today is we prioritize Liberians. We're going to do everything in the interest of the people. The rescue tree is on. We're pushing the rule of law will not be left out, mind you, Ben. The rule of law will
He,
also, yeah.
he will say
And
he's following the rule of law. That's what he's gonna say.
and one of the things that will not be left out too is corruption, the issue of corruption.
Yeah, he's gonna beat chest on that.
Yes, my government, when you're a corrupt official, will get you out. We don't want. But I don't know as to if the president is going to speak about this war economic crimes code thing.
He's
It's a
going to speak about what economic crimes could because when we follow the president meter released by Eddie Jawolo Nimot, it spoke about the war and economic crimes code. They're going to talk about that. He's going to make some flimsy statements surrounding the war and economic crimes code. The entire Sona today will all be about propaganda. It's not going to be based on facts. It's going to be more propaganda. Uh, what when you listen to the statement keenly, it's going to be like a campaign message. Like when politicians are in campaign period, the things they say. Those are the exact things Joseph Boaga is going to say. In all fairness, this regime they've struggled on deliverables. They struggle on government deliverables. It's still a tough thing for them since they took over. There's nothing new. They're gonna talk about the overpass bridge. That overpass bridge in Congo Town. They're going to talk about that. That will be one of the bulwark of their infrastructure envelope. They're going to talk about that particular bridge. Don't be surprised. Baka will take ownership for the light. That's the small light that they put at the Liberia Junction there. He will say he electrify RIA.
Mhm.
Even though the entire road is dark, Boaka, this particular thing, Boaka is going to take glory for that. Those Tantan buses that are breaking down when carrying people, they're pushing the bus instead of the bus carrying people, pushing the bus. He's going to say he's been able to alleviate the constraints faced by public commuters. He's going to say NTA is effective, is equipped. He's going to talk about that. He's going to include it. That writing bus Boaka include it in the address. He's going to talk about the yellow machine thing. The Gbagbati yellow machine thing is going to be it's going to be discussed. Boaka is going to talk about that. Those are issues he's going to talk about in the State of the Nation address. Yeah, he's going to talk about how he's providing security for the Liberian people. The country is safe. He's going to talk about that. He's going to lie and say they're not after political opponent. People are moving free in the country. He's going to utilize a visitation to Madam Joy Howard Taylor Reason and say the country is reconciled.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
those are those are things Boaka is going to say. All of Boaka last minute time moves are all geared toward grandstanding, political showmanship, and the list goes on. Those are things Boaka is actually working, and those are things he's going to talk about. Those are his regime major achievements he's going to highlight today.
Definitely. But let us be able to look at um, um, the president, some of the past messages for the State of the Nation address, and also when it comes to implementation, as to if some of the things he talked about previously in the State of the Nation address, he implemented them. I'm going to keep the ball rolling. The rule of law. If you check, if you Liberians can recall, last year, State of the Nation address, the whole Supreme Court, they did not attend. Justice Yami Bese, he never attended it. And there were other people, high ranking officials, who did not go. What it tells you, if the president is having a State of the Nation address and the Supreme Court bench is being empty, but yet and still, the president will put the rule of law. Today it will be mentioned. And last year, State of the Nation address, it was when they had this whole speaker saga, right? Wherein the whole thing it was being supported, that I should say, by the government. So the so the Supreme Court being there, wherein they're the Liberian people or the president himself or the speaker now, but then wanted to be the speaker, Richard Cole. They're not listening to what the law says. It could have been a complete turnover. So these people did not turn up. And that was a shame on the Unity Party led government for important people like that or to boycott the whole State of the Nation address only because the president was not fit to do what he was to do. He said, I never wanted to meddle within the whole legislature thing. By the end of the day, we all knew that this president was in favor of Richard Cool. So we're taking a look at the past State of the Nation address, some of the things that the president have said to Liberian people, as to if some of them have been implemented. Past State of the Nation address, the president spoke about this thing that has to do with the drug test. Was it? Yeah, it was the State of the Nation. He spoke about the drug test, how people will do that drug test and blah blah blah. How far with it? He spoke about the assets declaration. How before you get into office, you need to declare your assets and all of that. It said that government officials they are adhering to it. Certainly no. He spoke about the World Economic Crimes Court. How far of the process? Few months ago, the last time I checked, these people who were being appointed by the president to serve, they were complaining about salaries of the World Economic Crimes Court. They were complaining. They said that there was no salary for them. So, what is it that we expect new today? Liberian, what new do we expect today? Over the past year, you can recall what are some of the things that the president has done that we Liberians we have. We got it and we clapped for him. We said yes. There's other thing that the president did within a year time because he's going to be speaking about some of the things that happened within last year. What are some of the things that we can point at? Or is it that Joe Walker is just coming to tell us that I'm about to do this for you, I'm about to do that for you? Is that it? The budget. What is it the president is coming to say about the budget? What is it the president is coming to say about our economy? Look at our economy. Eating has become an achievement. So, I just think that the State of the Nation address at times, it just weaken me because what new is it that we're coming to hear? Or is it that what is it that the president is coming to say? All of the things that will be said today will be implemented, if even not all of them, but majority will be implemented. Will they be worked on? Or it is every year that the president will come to address the nation and he just be repeating things and saying things that he's not even able to do? That's the question this morning. That is the question. Let us look at our rates within this country. These prices continue to escalate. People still taking $5 for 1,000. At times we say, oh, Liberians are mean to themselves. But is the government even serious? Because if the government is a serious-minded government, when they issue a statement, it should be respected. That's how people get to know as to if this person is serious or not. But we're still running as if to say we have the 200 rate. You go and buy things in Liberty, it is 1,000 Liberian dollars. But yet it's still, people are claiming that the rate price has dropped. People are claiming that bag of rice price has dropped. How? when things continue to be hard for the Liberian people, the government continue to put money into NSA. The government not taking money from LTA, not taking money from NASCOP. These entities, Maritime, they are not contributing to the budget. Why? Have you asked yourself this question? It is because these are places that the government used to get money for themselves. These are the places that they will use to get money to build a party headquarters. These are the places that they will use to get money for their 2029 campaign. So the president coming to talk to the people, I'm waiting. I'm going to follow religiously to know what are some of the things he will say. And tomorrow morning, I bet you're going to be here to be checkmating him. One thing I can
Exactly.
say, I always say is that as much as these people, when they're saying that they will not listen, we will continue to talk because we know that they're going to listen one day. Everybody know that most of the things that the president will say during his State of the Nation address, majority of them turn out to be lie. So lies. It even gave citizens even feel weak to listen to the State of the Nation address. Do you know how the atmosphere used to be before when you hear say the president coming address the nation? Ben, I don't know as if you used to have that zest, right? Like at that point in time, the whole country is quiet. I don't know as to if you people can. What kind of address the nation last year? People still selling in the street. I can
The thing
still
is,
recall doing
the
I can
thing
still recall doing the early time, doing the weird time. Then if the president is addressing the nation, you don't even see people walking in the street at that. The few people you see walking in the street, they have that button phone to their ears. They're listening. It was the last time I checked, when I went in the street doing the State of the Nation address, it was George Weah regime. Then the street was empty.
I know.
The few people that I saw, they have that body phone, they're wanting to hear what this man is about to say. Last year, State of the Nation address, people never had time. As if to say the president was not even about to address the nation. I am not saying that this is a culture that if the president is addressing the nation, everybody's supposed to be at a standstill or blah, blah, blah. But if this president is a serious minded president, it draws the citizen attention. They want to listen. They are eager to hear what this person is about to say. That's my point. But last year, State of the Nation address, people were all roaming the street and never even had time. It tells you that there's nothing extra that President Walker is doing for the people. So have that zest for him. You know what it means? The whole year you take it one day to address the nation, and people don't even have time. But the first thing is that people are trying to get jobs for themselves. Let me tell you, if you lie, 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 and lie, it reaches to a point where people just get fed up with your business and they don't even get time for you. These people are being promised jobs. So if that man who has been promised a job, he get his degree or he has, what it takes for him to work. At the end of the day, this person doesn't have the job. You think if you come into account say something, the person will be get ear to listen to you in our common Liberian English? You think that person get ear to listen to you? The person be like, that man a liar. So I ain't coming waste my time on him. These people are being promised jobs. This man will be taking the time to go and look for his food to eat on the day that he's supposed to be going to the radio. Because he knows that you're not doing anything better. Nothing better you're doing. Let's hear you, Ben. You have something to say?
In all fairness, you know, Robert Bosch said this, and no, Blaise Pascal said it. Blaise Pascal said, when the people facilitate your excellency and are injured by your administration, they give you hate and they give glory to non-entity. This is the exact situation with Joseph Yuma Boaka. Joseph Yuma Boaka, the regime of Boaka, the Unity Party regime, they have firstly become unpopular. The government got unpopular so fast. And the reason it happened is people stood up. A man very phenomenal who was doing his very best to make Liberia better, George Weah. Joseph Yuma Boaka, that old man, the old Boaka managed to spin the propaganda. After they were in power for 2 years here in LA, the Liberian people massively rejected him. The way they managed to spin the propaganda because they knew that it was impossible to defeat George Weah on the basis of debates and fact-based issues. So the way to do it was to run propaganda, dangerous propaganda against Weah and his administration. They did not stop there. They went far and wide, even to lobby with congressmen for officials of the Weah government to be sanctioned. Now let me tell you this. The Liberian people were moved because of the consistent propaganda launched against George Weah and his government. So the people became confused. The message, the propaganda, it resonated even some of our own people. And I will say this to you, Samira, even some of our own people in
Mhm.
places like West Point, in places like Newtown, Loking Town, Red Light area, you name it. Some of our own people were convinced in Basota, in Soniwen, they were convinced that okay, we are disenchanted and our government is not doing it, and Joseph Boaka will rescue. That thing in the campaign, I knew how it was. Samira, that rescue thing, it was a serious weapon that Joseph Boaka used. You know, when somebody come to hear the word rescue, they
Mhm.
believe whatever situation they are encountering, that their rescue is at hand, and that Joseph human, you know, to fool the people, it was so simple. They saw Boaka as let's say the puppet coming to save them, to rescue them. So it resonated. You know, the people thought that by voting Joseph Boaka and his so-called 42-year experience, and as a pape with gray hair, they believe that that pape will now come and rescue them as he said to them. That's why the people voted him. But now, the first thing the pape said that in 100 days, no car will hitch in the mud. These
Mhm.
people, they go all on town, they're traveling to Lofa, they're traveling to other parts of the country. I'm not talking about spineless Zoben who made statements to appease Boaka to continue to get some money in his pocket. I'm talking about Liberians that are facing the issues, the challenges. People life have not improved. The difficulties continue to increase. In fact, things have gone from bad to worse under Joseph Human Boaka. The rule of law is no longer being respected. At least we have time. Patrick Sudu then were scared and said they get lawyer. You see the police can't just do anything. The police scared to do certain things and say they conjure law. But the people saying, Joseph Baga, police director, Berger, come on, went to King and shoot and kill people. They see how the DA just slapping, kicking people all in the stomach. PCC police officers, they beating pregnant woman in red light. The people seeing all these things. Rest press is still high. It can't increase. The US rate will drive the team price is still up. No control. You come in okay, we drive you drive your rating press they see tomorrow your rate go up. So somewhere I'm trying to say this, explain in our Liberian context, is that the reason why people are not listening to Joseph Waka, people ain't get time for it. For the person that's so down with E, but I'm going to talk it with E. So what you doing on my
Thank you.
left? It seems anything. So to be very frank, Liberians no longer trust Joseph Yuma Waka. Everybody know the entire rescue thing now. Even some of the people, like I said this to Jericho Nangbe, a young man in the office. I told Jericho Nangbe, I said, David, you can go water side, you battle coat, you press it, put a starch in it, and then you put a knuckle, you shoot a stain. But deep down, you go into a community, it's it. And the thing about it is, you can take the fan pictures, but when you go in the community, people, when you're left, it can show in yourself, it show in your family. And how about the picture you take and post on Facebook? Things are
Mhm.
very tough, Samira. The country is hard. Liberians are let down. All of the opinion polls that were conducted during the Christmas and New Year season, people said in the hotel, say, oh, I used to drive 5 cartons of fish, I can sell. But this year, I drive 1 carton, people not buying. People complaining. The Kubo people say they are full living over because some people say they better to call that 2, 3 days to whom. They really warm it, they call one cup of red, they eat it, then they go back home. So things are
Mhm.
extremely difficult in the country. And the way things go, nobody respect Waka. When you are a leader, people try to respect you and hold you by your word. So the moment you're not living by your word, you're not living by your promises, in the case of Jose Yuma Boaka, it's just a matter of time. But Boaka is very unpopular. The Unity Party, they have lost relevance in the country, and that is the reason why nobody take them serious. Nobody saying anything. Go on Facebook, nobody discussing the Sona either. It is us here who sit on the platform to consultize our people about the happiness. Well, nobody got time for Boaka. Like you the last time we had a young man, pull it from Soup. He was there on the platform. He talked about the deteriorating condition at the University of Liberia. In fact, to have students painting the campus of the University of Liberia. Imagine that. Then you get one Hassan Kazulu sitting there at Bureau concession bus and uttering reckless statements that you all do not need additional budgetary support or more budgetary support for the function of the university. Take around the country, JFK and Embry Hospital, 14 Military Hospital, all the hospitals are now equipped with, with drugs for the function. Government they're passing around a disorganized. You only want something for to sell Grand Bazaar put on the other side, Dillon and Hall in bed on that other issue. Mandela Cooper and Bridget on the other side. The government is so nasty. No coordination, no responsible posturing. Everything just disorganized. Some more people angry in the country. Who that thing important? They passing around, they still putting their chest oil because they don't have what we call the midterm elections where people will contest for the Senate seat, like it happened on the CDC. But I can tell you, the people will run away from anything that appear on United Party logo like Boo Man in 2029. People will run away from it. The government is very unpopular. The country is very hard.
Okay, thank you, Ben. Um, you've heard it for yourself. There are a lot of things going on, and I like the phrase wherein you said people are asking. It said instead of the nation address that I will eat. People are not eager for it anymore because if you lie, and lie when it reaches to a point, somebody just get fed up with their lies and they do not want to listen to you anymore. Right? But let us be able to hear you, Liberians. What are some of the things you expect the president to say today? Why the president will be addressing the nation today? You're Liberian. What are some of the things you are starting to say? What are some of the things that the president have done that you think that will be mentioned in the state of the nation address today? Let us hear you out, Liberians. And while we are hearing you out, the cash giveaways on this morning, we're giving out more money. We're giving out 5,000, 10,000. The only amount you need to play this morning is 50 Liberian dollars. You dial star 799 star 8 hatch. You use 50 Liberian dollars to play. I repeat the code. Star 799 star 8 hatch. Use 50 Liberian dollars to play and stand a chance to win yourself some money here this morning. Let us get 10 persons to play quickly and then we do frequent draw. Star 799 star 8 hatch. Use 50 Liberian dollars to play. The more you play, the more your chances of winning. The numbers to participate this morning, they are 0773-419502, 0773-419502, 0555 Lone Star subscribers, 0555-184711, 0555-184711, 0773-978-564, 0773-978-564. I forgot that I'm even on camera. I'm just smiling. Grace is beautifully dressed this morning. She looks so sweet. Yeah. 0773-978-564, 0773-978-564, 0880-907-907, 0880-907-907. Let's hear a few Liberians that we call the number second. Good morning.
Good morning, Samara, and let me say good morning to the rest of the panelists. My Patterson out of Liberia. This is Edmond Carr, and I'm now referred to as the judiciary impaired that is pushing for the re-election of President Weah 2029. The sooner today is going to be political and propaganda. That's all you're going to see today. If you ever follow, especially on the full 2025 It's going to be the same thing because what they have to jump on 2024, 2025, and not going away, they have nothing new to bring up. So what else they are going to be telling us? Besides telling us that the price has dropped, besides telling us the flour price has dropped, because the president of SONA comes from the various ministers, okay? And once the various ministers are passing around here on a daily basis, social media and on the traditional media, lying to us that thing as okay, what do you expect the president to come away in his SONA? It's the same thing that you're telling us. And this is why they have brought him up to get the SONA, because they are now put buses up so that they can be able to hold some of their supporters. So as when you be putting all the lights up there, they'll be clapping and drumming. But one thing that I know, after the clapping and the drumming, you return to your community, you go to the market, I will go to the market. You go to pay school fee, I will go pay school fee. Reality remains the same. So what the president needs to do is to focus on the last 30 years, to come up with tangible, then to continue to lie on U.S. rate, continue to lie on red spread, continue to lie on reconciliation. There is no reconciliation here. Look at the latest thing that they had. They say they were having breast tax prayer for Liberia translation. So we have never received invitation, not at all. Not what they send to you. If they send to you the income, you have it on your docket that you send your invitation. But they never send people a challenge in a day to bring the proof that they ever sent for the real invitation. So that invitation, it will be the same story, but far from real.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. Your name and where do you join us from?
Yeah, my name is Donald Cisse, calling for program Proview.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, and very you said you people are not expecting, you people not expect anything from the government. It's true. Because you people are anti to this government. So this is why you people are not expect anything from the president today.
So you're not anti. What do you expect to?
Good thing. And we see what the government is doing.
Good thing like how my brother named them.
There are a lot of things. Even electricity. Food.
Are you speaking about electricity?
Oh,
wow.
What is happening?
You actually this man is speaking about electricity.
Yeah, tell me what is happening about electricity. What is happening?
So current stable in the country.
It's stable.
Oh,
it's stable.
I think you intervene. Good morning. Oh, like people. Morning.
Yeah.
You're
good
live.
Morning,
Let's
Tamara. That got our only line chef.
Call your name, tell us where you joining us from, and make your point.
My name is Fred. I joined from my district 2 resident.
Okay, the guy made his point. Make yours.
All I have to say for me, the president will be taking the Liberian people. That his official rape our girls' children. At the end of the day, they should be requesting for DNA test. The president will be taking for today for lying to the Liberian people. That they brought in 285 yellow machine at the end of the day, they say they shipped 35 pieces back. The president did tell the people so many lies today. So we expect nothing from that president. The same thing yesterday, today, and forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Mantia, brother. We're going to call out the numbers again, but let us be able to welcome Chris. Welcome.
Yeah, Samira, thank you this morning for allowing me to be here. Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, I'm hearing. I don't know.
Go ahead. Let me hear.
Yeah, like I said, thank you for allowing me. Good morning to my Liberian people. Good morning to everyone.
Hold on 1 minute, please. You want to change the mark, please? Yeah, let us change it, please, because it's not coming up the way it should. Yeah, let us do it. Yeah.
Okay, I think you should try this.
Okay, let's hear you.
Okay, I think I'm still coming in.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. I'm happy to be here this morning. I was caught up in that 540 traffic. You know how hectic that traffic is. I'm telling you, I spent 1 hour in that traffic this morning. I've never experienced a traffic like that. So I'm happy to be here.
That is good. It's always said that if you enter the church lit, you can, I don't know, you can raise song or
You can raise
whatever.
somewhere. I've been
Yeah.
begging.
Yeah, but welcome, Grace. We've had a lot of things to talk about. And shortly, we were taking calls, expecting Liberian calls. But this is an important issue, and it is okay that you be able to weigh in on it. Today is the State of the Nation address, and Ben and I, we have been here analyzing the issue, telling the Liberian people what are some of the things we expect the president to say, and also speaking to the Liberian people and telling them that the president has been saying this, and this. Is it going to be implemented? But let us hear you on this quickly, Chris. Then we continue with our calls. It is important. If the
Yeah.
president gave his State of the Nation address today, if you cannot say anything about it today, Grace, if you cannot predict it today, tomorrow it's next year before you do yours. So let,
Yeah.
let the church be able to give you a chance to
Thank
have a
you.
say.
Thank you for the opportunity, Samara.
Mm.
So, like today, we should expect from the president talking about the gender gap in employment. That is, you having higher men being employed by the president and that of female across local government agency. And when it comes to the crown chief, paramount chief, you have women in that space. You have women in a civil servant and that of from the civil servant to employment position. I think they are not even willing to pay percent. I think the president will be looking at that from CSA. The president will also be looking at the hunger rates in Liberia, how most Liberians usually go to bed hungry because during the election before he ascended to the presidency, they said Liberia would not go to bed. Liberians would not go to bed hungry. So I think he will be addressing some of the economical issues we have in Liberia. The president will also be looking at the liberalization policy, which have to do with the fact that most Liberians are not in their own space, like he promised that Liberia will not be on a shelf watching our economies. They will be part of the process. I think the president will be looking at the fact that Liberians should be included in the day-to-day activities of the country when it comes to business, especially when it comes to big businesses like export and importation. The president will also be looking at the fact that the healthcare sectors is still yet to be upgraded 100%.
So
Uh,
you're saying that he'll be looking at it. You think he'll be telling Liberians that we will do this, we'll do this.
there'll
You
be
think?
some promises made today. There will be some promises made, but for me,
Uh,
we're looking at the Eddie Jawolo report and that of World Bank and that of IMF, comparing everything coming down to where we are today. I think the president will be honest enough to tell us that most of those gaps where we have in the country when it comes to instability in the healthcare sectors, when it comes to the hunger rates, when it comes to poor healthcare and education system, people still sitting on the ground to go to school, even though there are some progress made in some other area when it comes to education and healthcare. He'll be telling us that this is what they've been doing. And my issue is, as the president visited the various ministries and agencies to monitor these projects that he'll be talking about today, because mind you, government officials will come with sweet voice. They will tell the president, I have done this, I have done that. They will show photos and know how people can manipulate things. But are they really doing what they will be telling him today, what he will be saying? Have you seen it? Is it visible? Is it tangible? Are there no gaps? There will be promises made today. There have been some work done, but is it done up to his expectation? Unlike the overhead bridge, the president passed that right every day. So the people will pay attention to that particular route. Trust me. Or has the president visited Maryland County? Has he visited Grangeda County? Has he visited Bapolu County to assess the role and the education system in our area and the healthcare? These are the things we are talking about. For me, I know that there are some work that the Unity Party government have done. Like I said, it's not always about politics, but the fact remains there are still a lot to be done. So today, even though the president will be addressing some of these issues, coming up with things that he have done, funny they have secured, money they have for days, they arrest a general, how far is it? Even though Elijah would say they are only implemented 3% for 3 years, I don't know. But this time around, we're going to be about promises, or there will be mechanism put in place to start checking all of the government ministries and agencies, making sure that all of the things captured within the national budget have been implemented. It's not only about LSCC coming up, targeting people for corruption, saying we want this, we want that. At the end of the day, they can prosecute one case, but you pay in public lawyer to be able to go out to run beyond these cases. These are some of the things that we look at today. And trust me, Samara, there will be promises made. But when it comes to the implementation, at least I'm not sure about all of them. Yeah, I'm not sure about all of them.
Okay. Thank you, Grace. Let's hear you, Liberians. Let us open the phone lines. We thought to give Grace the time to say what she have to say concerning this whole Sonan thing. My thing is, I'm telling the planning committee, and it might sound funny, but I'm being real, right? Let them do the needful. Let them put the big fan in on for the president.
You're expecting that the president may faint today, yeah?
No, I'm not expecting it. But as much that I'm not expecting it, we experienced something like that before.
I think that fainting had to do with the formal dress code he used during that day, and the place was hot. And I think they should take into consideration that he is of age and he's older man. Everybody have health deficiency. They should put something on him that will be free. And I know the president is in a good condition, and we hope for the best anyway.
Yes, and we hope that the first lady too.
Yeah, she herself is
if you want to get a man chewing gum, don't do it in the public today too. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't take it from in your mouth. You put it in your hand, and you put it on the cameras will be there. You have to do everything you're supposed to do for the baby behind the scene, because everything today will be captured. There are people out there who are watching. As much as you might take it to be funny, you might take it to be demeaning, but that's the truth. You'll be able to do what you have to do. This man is an old man. You like it or not. You'll make that speech bugging for this man. You know what? Like, in reality, right, the president will not get much to say because much work is yet to be done.
Yeah, like Tamara, I always tell you, there are a lot of things the government depend on for aid. The government is run 100%. I can say 50% on aid. How many revenue you think LRA raising? Or the Port of Liberia? How many government institutions really raising money? So the government depend on IMF, other institutions to fund most of these budgets, especially for the arrest of January. There was a clear code from IMF telling them you cannot depend on international or donors to fund this arrest.
So you think Liberia as a whole, we able to raise money in the country?
We can raise money, but we cannot independently run this country on our own. Looking at the light of you say contributed even almost 49% to your budget.
That is true.
So knowing that USAID has left, now the UN, you see that was funny, most of the human rights project and other things, the UN, the biggest donor to the UN, the America today. America has left half of the UN. So how do you expect Swedish embassy is withdrawing? So there are a lot of lapses coming. So there are a lot of pushback on the government. So I hope the president will come out today to admit that there are issues. Yeah, even though they are trying, but there are issues, and he has to come down hard on government officials to make sure that corruption and other things are limited.
And you know, Grace, I don't even want to say this because when you say it, the way you wish the United Party folks presented this thing, they made it to look as if to say, when during the elections regime, when they had all of what they had, and everybody said that it was after war, there were a lot of aids and blah, blah, blah. We are regime. There were people who left too. At the end of the day, the United Party folks, they politicized it. And now look at what is happening to them. So they should be able, nobody should leave it on because the people here or the people here, because they never thought about some of these things when you had the CDC in power. Yeah, they thought as if to say CDC is supposed to perform matchup overnight to do what it's supposed to do. CDC struggle. But through that struggle, you saw that we was able to do some things for the Liberian people. As much as Liberians will sit there and say that, it is not true, he did not do this, he did not do that, we had the country ahead. Look at what we are doing to the PHP, to the other park there. How you call the place? The invisible park. Look at the lives. Yeah, Ben, I'm sorry. Look at the lives that was being changed. Look at it. Look at the road, right? And look at other roads, other corridors within our country. Now, Unity Party folks, they thought that CDC is supposed to play magic to do all of these things. So what you're saying that USA left, it is of no different. CDC time you had all of the ECOMO people or whoever people that left, they were even helping to the early transition regime. I mean, where you had Joseph Iwan Boga as the vice president. So the president should be able to lead this country, and we expect to hear something better from him today.
I'm not disputing the fact that there was lapses. And if you and me, I know how the CDC administration struggled when it comes to COVID-19. COVID was a shock to the CDC administration.
Thank you.
The same way Ebola was a shock to Ellie Johnson. I'm saying, I continue to say, the president should acknowledge the fact there's some form of emergency within Liberia, because they used to withdrawing and with the hard crackdown now. Do you know that Donald Trump is saying that if you want aid from America as a citizen who is naturalized from Liberia, any country, you should not be sending money all of America? If they check your record with these people, MoneyGram, Western Union, all of those other platforms, you are sending money out and you yet going back for aid, for housing, and for your child support, they will tell you you're sending money out of the country to support your own country.
But the president said he get funds.
So you see, they are coming down hard on us from all directions. And U.S. was one of the direct supporters of Liberia. Now, the American people are saying put America first. So all of these things, even though it's not as hard as COVID, but we know that these things are putting pressure on the economies of Liberia, because there are more people that was employed from the USA. There are more people that are employed from the UN. The DSS portion of UN has been closed. So all of these things are coming down back to Liberia as a form of impacting the economists, because if you have more people now working, it also have a negative effect on the society.
So this is it, Ben and Grace. This is it, right? If people feel that you're supposed to play magic to do certain things, this is what happens. President Boakai told Liberians that he has friends, that he have connections. You know, that's what he said. This man has no connection. Absolutely no connection. Because if you have connection, if you and the other person will join you, try to make way and see as to how you can get things working. I'm saying these things because Unity Party feel that magic or CDC is supposed to use magic to govern. And that is not how it works. That's not how it works, Chris. That's the reason why you see today the person will have nothing to say. I can say that. He will just be repeating some of the things that he has said and making some promises again. There are a couple of things that the president is doing, that this government is doing, but it is not even a handful of what CDC did. Oh yes, we will do the comparison, because that was the comparison that was being done when CDC
but you know
was
what
in power.
happening to the government
So we
right
will
now,
do the
Samira?
comparison.
What happening to the government? It's an international thing. America is not only targeting Liberia. You said they now only leave Liberia. You said left on the whole world. So
my point here is, Boakai told Liberians that he has friends.
okay,
That was what he said.
But
When
I'm sure there will be some tangibles today. There will be some tangibles.
when COVID-19 came to the country, people said that the government using it to be able to get money.
There will be some tangibles
People
today.
try to politicize it.
There will be some tangibles today.
There
The
will be some
government, yeah,
tangibles.
the government. You know, our budget has been increased to 1 billion. That's a huge impact on Liberia. So we expect a lot of positivities from the government.
Let's see what it brings.
And we know the president has been working in the interest of the Liberian people. He's still in a capacity to do that, but he still has to do more because the Liberian people expect more.
Okay, Ben, you have anything to say? We're going to the line.
Ben, good morning.
Good morning, Greg. Welcome. Good to see you.
And you know, I have problem with that of the road there to the 540 where they're doing it overhead, which I think they're supposed to provide alternative right. Even though the president is doing it, I think he should look into that.
You know that accident almost took place on there because
the
of
line is
how
starting
congested
from
the
inside.
road is.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
check it.
Yeah, she would need to check it. I don't know, but I think it is from his end.
Yeah, you said
Yeah, but let us take calls. Let's take this person. This person have been calling. Let's take this person. I'm going to announce the numbers for you Liberians again shortly. Okay. Good morning. Morning.
Good morning, Samira, and all our panelists.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is the common board chairman. I am T1P Willie. I join you from Sokoto District 4.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, been a great conversation, great discussion. But yes, my own input.
You know, a bit my imagination. If people see that this president is doing things, and then they were activists, they were to start the Nemo Elijah at greater than 3%, 3 out of 100. I don't think any mathematician will call that a good mark. Okay, let's leave Eddie. Maybe he's a Liberian, he got a star. Let's go to the United States of America. Latest report that came out on Liberia is denigrating in health, in equality. Let's take that. Let's go to the Global Hunger Index. Liberia is being placed at 12, 112, 123 very hungry countries are trying to leave from hunger. If you have to do the math, they are just 11 points away from the bottom. When you do your math again and look at how many countries around the world are in crisis, it also means that some countries in civil war, they are better than Liberia. There is this thing called a business climate report on Liberia. It's also telling. So I want to know your senior guest or your discussion there, which report is she looking at saying this government is doing this, is doing that? I want to know a report. But for the State Nation Address, I don't expect this president to be honest and truthful to the Liberian people. I expect the lies that were told to the full with the deep service and block that are doing all lies. He are now being honest and he came to the presidency. I don't know in the past he was not on the spotlight, they were not really shining light on him. But since he came to the spotlight, he has just been lying around. So I don't expect anything other than lies today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's announce the numbers now for Liberians to participate. Those of you here with him on Rovia, Lone Star Orange subscribers, 0773-978-564, 0880-907-907. In the counters, 0773-419502, 0555-184711, 0773-978-564, 0880-907-907, 0555-184711, 0773-419502. The cash giveaway is on. We need 5 more persons to play. Then we do frequent draw. Be able to give out money. We'll be able to give out a bag of rice. Be able to give out a button phone. And a lot is here for you this morning. Just by dialing *799*8#. The code is *799*8#, and you are to use 50. Imagine you're playing with just 50 Liberian dollars to win yourself 5,000 or 10,000 or a bag of rice or a button phone, and many prizes here for you this morning. *799*8#. Use 50 Liberian dollars. I urge you to play more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, because the more you play, the more your chances of winning. Okay.
Yeah, somebody was talking about me being a studio guest.
Yeah.
And talking about what method am I using to create a government. I'm now a studio guest. I'm one of the panelists on the show. My name is Grace. But what I'm saying here is this. For me, I continue to say it and I will say it again. United Party government is doing its best. What is see fit for the Liberian people. We all know the same way we sat on the radio. You people criticize President Weah. You make President Weah feel useless. You made him feel like he wasn't doing anything for the Liberian people, right? That's what most of you did to President Weah, former President Weah. Now he ordered the picture. You started praising President Weah because now he ordered the picture. You're doing the same thing to United Party. You're not acknowledging the fact that they're making some progress. They are making some progress.
Okay, let's take this person. Good morning.
Mocha. Yeah. Let me say money to Grace. She just coming. That's why we are aware that people criticize even Ellen Johnson Sally. That is the mentality of the Liberian people. But what we are looking at now is the prevailing situation. Because if we will say because they criticize, that is the way in which we are giving our analysis to suit that situation, no. We cannot get excuses for the government. No, we are not here to do that. Because if you look at the leading of usage, which of course, as he said, it was not only in Liberia yet, and the leading of the Swedish government. But yesterday, when COVID-19 struck, even plane could not go anywhere. Only medical plane you could see in the air, emergency. That's what you could see. Yet, this one that in power today, they said that the government was unable to do anything tangible for the Liberian people. So here we are today, and now all of their sick. You see all of these drugs down, and you find when they were coming to power, they say all of the NGO that left the country, they could have returned. Where are they? And what is even more frustrating is that the government wants to be propaganda for everything. You don't want to be fair to the Liberian people. Personally, we have to come out to tell us, say, oh no, I know the one is not good, but give me some time. I am working on it. How I can be able to resolve it. But everything they want to come out, you think why they are importing people today in buses to go to Boaka, and the thing come out. And that is why I said, after you finish sharing and clapping for Boaka today, when you go back home, you will go to the market. I will go to the market. You go pay the child school fee. You will go to the hospital. They will read the medicine on paper. They give it to you. They will not say those of you that were clapping for Boaka will give you the medication. No, you will be served a paper to go outside to go buy medication. So what is important is that when you are there and you are trying your best for the Liberian people, do the one that you're able to do and show to the Liberian, this is what I am doing, and these are my challenges, and this is what we are doing to improve on it. But everything, once the challenges come in the picture, to shift it to the CDC government. When you see that they progress, they take it onto themselves. That is a deception. You cannot run government that way. So to conclude, we have said the sooner today of the president, all that he said 2024, 2025, he was said dancing in CDC shadow. So today, he will have nothing absolutely to say to the Liberian people because that CDC shadow now has gone for the 2 years. He cannot come out today and repeat that same thing to us. So it will be political and propaganda sooner today, and you're going to see the truth. It's revealing today, and when the president begins to give this address, it's going to be empty because for the fact that he is outside, for the fact that they are bringing people in buses to share for him.
Okay, thank you. This person, good morning.
Good morning, Deborah. And let me say good morning to the traffic guard of the biggest political terrorist, good morning. Let me say good morning to some people of Liberia. This is the voice of Michael Johnson, and I do turn in point. HP number 10 to be precise, gate and community. Samira, today we expect for Mr. Boykai to be sincere to the war and to the Liberian people by telling them that how a government official that have been raping little girls, a government official been sodomizing a little boy. Also, they tell the Liberian people in the world that, oh yes, the director of government, come on. You know, we instruct this police to become people Liberian, people Liberian that can go to go and express their right to protest. And he should also be sincere today to tell the Liberian people that he has done nothing and he get nothing to do for the Liberian people.
Okay.
Today will all be about 2029. Will be propaganda and lies. Thank you, Samara.
Thank you. This person, good morning.
Morning, Samara. I'm having Johnson calling from Togo, station number 4, Muscle Rally.
Let's hear you.
The president will be clear to the Liberian people today concerning the 10 million that just the president are yapping in the past. They had it for that people from Iran building that thing. No, but be fair with the Liberian people today in Estona and say they pay my retirement who are paying. So I sorry because Allah see our president has to pay us to sleep in. Yeah, it must be fair. I know you want to live local. So you should be fair to the Liberian people and say, oh, they might also are paying. If for me and my children to sleep in, one who to go leader in Lofa in Puya them. Enough for no MRU. So you must come up to the Liberian people and on the security issue. I think today you should be telling the international community to sanction Gregory Cohen. If you be fair, then we'll know that he's a fair president.
Okay.
Because I'm coming to conclude 10 seconds. Gregory Coleman beating people every day, instructing police to kill people under industrial scale in the country here. So the president should speak about that also in his address. So thank you.
Thank you, my dear brother. Let's talk to a few more persons. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, BC Samira.
Morning. Your name and where do you join us from?
My name is Sunny Sherry. I join you from Broadview, station number 17, proud son of Green Cape County. Thank you for the topic on the discussion. You see, Jose Nimombuakai did on Nation Address today. We are not expecting any tangible from the campaign messages that you will reaffirm it today. Because since this government came to power, the rule of laws of this particular country have been respected. Absolutely extrajudicial killing across Mama Liberia, ministers and directors raping, there is no justice for the victims. You know, our contests also are affecting lot of things in this country because they manifest us. They are looting our very context. There is no benefit for the citizens that are residing there. Only a dead trap for the future to come for the citizens of that particular country. So, what am I trying to say here today? There is no tangible. Just we just come up with another lies today. Can people say the rescue agenda is on track? We do they want to tackle this, that? So, Liberian people, the best thing that they can do today, if you can sell your pepper color for you to sustain your family, don't sit down and let no sell a nation address. Go and sell your pepper color because this is the talk about the rate coming down to 170 today. The rate is 10 to 200. People are teaching $5 or $1,000. Then where is the rate that you discuss about it coming down?
Thank you, my dear brother. Good morning.
Good morning, Samara.
Morning. Let's hear you quickly.
Thank you. This is Jimmy. And I'm Jimmy. I call for on the district school avenue in the borough in Nigeria.
Okay.
For me, Samara, I will not be listening to the final speech today. I'll call my number also. Because the details are they see replay from last year and what will be getting this year. Look, if the Christmas will be fun, you know, from the east. We are in the country, we are passing around. We don't see what happening. We see what happening. We see how the president does not have respect for the rule of law. We see no serious development going on. So why can we wait for the civil men to get out all? The only thing that may happen today, and I can't be Lord may run a West City person for that. When you finish talking, they go to go out, you know, they straight everywhere each other, they share it. We don't share. Well, I like to talk the whole country to go to Capital Benin for sharing squad. We are here. That can go, that into a match that buying there. That's a fool. We are here. That is one of our women all day in the street. And we the men are not working. Our women are not saying, yeah, we got to listen to Bagashi.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning. This should be our last call for this segment. Morning.
Samira, good morning.
Morning.
And good morning to Grace. Yeah, this is Wema High Level Power Delegation in our journey of my district 13 resident this morning. Samira, I listened to after the first or the second follow, it says foreign is stable in this country. Samira, as we're speaking now, it's my machine I put on to charge my phone before I can go to
work. Brother, don't even waste your time. Why that person can look at BB people like us and tell us they're current stable in Liberia? How dare that person?
What I put on now, Samira, to charge my phone.
Just don't waste your time on him.
So, Samira, the issue of the State of the Nation address today were made. Majority of Liberian, and there's calling the one in a rural part, but in most rather, especially Monrovia, majority of the people they don't even know that today is the State of the Nation address. Because the momentum it used to have before, during the past presidents, the past leaders, their days, the momentum used to have before, Madam Seri, former president, we are when they come into get speech. We hear the momentum, or we see the momentum from the people. People, when by here, people will get their radio and all that stuff. But today, there is nothing. And the only thing for me, I'll be here today, giving the president is the issue of the rule of law. The issue of rule of law in this country. And Mr. President, even if you talk about rule of law in this country, like us, because number one, when you come on there, looking at people, rating people, children, they say they get evidence of it. But other people there. When you come and say you are sitting there when they pay and they get what doing their own business, that one you get evidence of it.
They're picking and choosing rape cases in this country. They saw massive boy children around here. They say they didn't get evidence for that. Then they and that's the rule of law. There is nothing called rule of law in this country. They be in government, then for you by free, but if you are a common man, no law for you. And the issue of road, they will always talk about the road, like yeah, road, like they have to call a free board to support bridge road. These are the road, the past project. These are the projects they will talk about.
Okay.
See, there is any new project the government have break ground for.
Thank you.
Will talk about it. So it will be the same old story the 2 years ago.
Thank you. Let us squeeze in this person. Good morning. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
We're live. You want to be audible a bit?
Yeah, I'm Brother Johnson calling from Banga Bon County.
Bon County, let's hear you.
Yeah, we don't expect nothing less from President Baga today. For me, the only thing I want to do for oil is to lay up to a campaign message. Because for what you do oil in Banga Bon County is that you will lay all our streets in Banga Bon County. And then we are not seeing nothing that shows from the past 2 years up to present. And also into the Bureau Hospital, there will not be flying seat our leave from the hospital by any other citizens to buy medicine outside. And today we are still seeing it happening. So let him come up to tell us what are happening to our roads that he was discussing about creating Banga. Banga is ready, Banga is indoors. So these are the some of the campaign messages that you are giving us.
You voted for a Unity Party?
Yes.
So it was based on these promises that you voted for the papi?
Yes.
You see there, and you see somebody talking there. Because the man told the people that you're doing when the people voted for him. At the end of the day, where it is. But listen to him today. Probably something will come about Banga Bon County. Maybe you'll see something about it. Okay? We hope that you'll be able to. At times, to like bring people, you know, to be like, I'm going to vote for you because you say you do this, you do that. I want to see what you're doing before I vote for you. That's my point.
The Liberian people put all of anger and love.
That's the thing.
I think the Liberian people were angry with one person and they overplus love another person. So they did not check properly,
like
or they check properly and they made a decision. So I don't know. There's no need for regret. Why you see me? There's not anything like when people say that what we can do.
Okay, let us be able to move on to our next conversation. Yeah, thank you, Liberians. Those of you just tuning in, this is Voice of Liberia 104.1. And it is the program Good Morning Liberia. My name is Samira Wanla. I'm here with Grace Williams Joshua and also here with Ben Belief Tokpa. Okay, let us move on to this conversation. Chris, you want to keep the ball rolling with this Cloud We Are Foundation thing?
Okay. Recently, we were not here last week, but I know we will talk about this because I trust Samira. There are so many things going on within the CDC, and one of those things have to do with Clara Hope Foundation. Well, they have two things that the Liberian people are not looking at. That is the Office of the First Lady and the Clara Hope Foundation. For me, this part of it, I would not be supporting Unity Party. I'll be supporting a mother that want to impact Liberian. Clara Hope Foundation, I was on a launch. It took place at SKD.
Okay.
Yeah. Right outside the fee, there's a small place on the side there on the left. Yeah. That's where she did it. The official launch of Clara Hope Foundation, 2018. January 2018, I can still remember. And at 2018 or 2019, one of that. I think at 2019. And on that launch, she did not, I stand to be corrected. She was not operating as the First Lady of Liberia. She was setting on a foundation as the wife of a man that have played football and wanted to make a change in Liberia. She invited so many dignitaries. And all of the people that came to that launch, all of the pledges they were making, Samira, all of the donation, there's no one that said to the office of the First Lady of Liberia. They said to Clara Hope Foundation. Mind you, What do the foundation tackle? The foundation look at the well-being of children, and this foundation has been existing since not today. Clara has been giving out gifts every Christmas, even before George Weah took his office as president, even before he became senator, to their house. Every Christmas, she would call the children, do something for. She even had people that she was putting on, scholarship that was going to school, young girls. So now, the official launch of that event brought together different people. It's some point making from Jamaica, musician, different high level people, even from the UN, different human rights circles. They came there, they supported the Clara Hope Foundation. Her dream, according to her on her official launch, was for her to be able to take girls that the children are doing drugs, that don't have money to, take care of the babies they are giving birth to be able to put them in a condition where they can get, where they too can have a future. So that's why the Clara Hope Foundation were established. That's one of the main reasons she established the Clara Hope Foundation. Now, since Ben, are you following?
Yes, I'm following.
Since the establishment of the Clara Hope Foundation, the budget that have been going to the office of the First Lady, remember when the office of the First Lady, Clara Maria, she have employees, she has staffers that were working directly with her. She took different projects. She did donation. She visited people. So if people are saying there was a budget allocated to the First Lady office, they shouldn't forget that they have staffers, people within the First Lady office that operated under her when she was entitled to them. And those budgets, their salary and everything was captured under that budget. Places she visited, she did donation, she did everything was captured under that budget. One Clara Hope Foundation, I may not be working there, I may not be a staff. It's an institution that functions on its own. I could be a philanthropist. I could be a humanitarian. I could have my own foundation. Even if I'm in government, there are so many government officials that have their own foundation. Yeah. We all know the level of what the man in running for president today. Sir Joseph Foundation.
Even the First Lady.
The president has his own foundation. So are you telling me to, let me tell you one thing. If you hold rope with her bush, we shouldn't forget a Clara woman we're talking about here. Her son played international football. He's still playing. Her son had money. She was existing and working in the United States of America before coming here as a First Lady. Her husband was in a senatorial position before he became president. Her husband played international football. He had his own catch. We shouldn't also forget that she had people. She's connected with people from outside. And on the other hand, let's look at Clara Hope Foundation. Are they doing anything negative? They are giving back to society. They are helping children. For me, I'm a mother. I'm speaking from that standpoint as a mother. Jehan, when our boy was sonomized the last time, I spoke as a mother. I'm speaking in the position of a mother. Women that don't have it, their children are in our foundation. Have you seen the care they are receiving from that foundation? Do you see how well eloquent their children are? Have you visited that place? Once election have finished, I think if you want to audit the office of the First Lady, the former First Lady, that is welcoming. You can audit her. But you saying that you want the foundation turn over to the government raises eyebrow. In case this foundation was set up independently, are you going to force or coerce her to turn it over with all of the development and impact she's making? Is she now a Liberian? Is she now married to a Liberian? Don't they have right to operate their own foundation? Are you going to stop her because you feel she used government funds? Now, the fact that the government is coming up with that, the budget they allocated to the office of the First Lady, some of it were used for the Clara Hope Foundation. Fine, even if it were used for the Clara Hope Foundation. Was it not in the interest of the Liberian people? Did she take the money to pocket the money for herself? So if you are coming after someone, it should be of tangible. In case tomorrow the president of the former president George Weah, because you know you cannot hold him, there's a law that protects him. Come on and say all of the money that went to Clara Hope Foundation passed through my office. What will you do? Will you go and order him? That's my question.
Okay. Then let us hear you on this. What is your take? Let's hear you.
Madam Cla Marie, the wife of His Excellency President Dr. George Weah, has outperformed Katumu. Clawia impact in Liberia is immense. It is guaranteed. It is reflected in the lives of vulnerable children, children who are orphans, children who do not have mother and father, or better still, whose parents are not in the capacity, whether due to health reasons or whatever situation, Clan Marie Weah serves as a mother beyond borders. Katumu, as an old lady who had lived her entire life leeching on state resources, and her husband, Joseph Human Boakai, I think it pained her so much that Mrs. Weah have accomplished more and is impacting the country more in humanitarian services. In all fairness, Mrs. Weah have accomplished more in her service to the poor people, while Katumu have accomplished nothing. Uh, During our time at the university, we call it the Harvard University of Liberia, AMU, Katumu served as the keynote speaker. I'm telling you this story on the radio this morning. Katumu served as the keynote speaker. When Katumu spoke, guess what? Katumu was brave enough. Katumu told the graduating class that they should think Liberia. I'm telling you, the
They should
first
what?
they should think Liberia. You know,
Oh yeah.
they should that was Katumu's statement.
Oh, Ben, you know
Katumu
one thing
said, let me tell you, so that serious thing going on here. I try to tell you something. I try to get at something. I will say this thing. My dear, okay, colleague Grace. I've always said, oh, the president I know. The thing is doing the president I know. So that two things I want to hit here. The ability to give back to society is something that somebody can have as an inborn tendency. That ability is naturally in the Weah's family. They know how to give back. During our graduation, for me, let me tell you something. I was awesome. I was drinking my body. I didn't go on a Katumu to hear her. I told my friends, I said, I will not sit on her. I was in my gown also. In the beginning also, I was drinking my body. I told them, I said, when Katumu finished speaking, I will go sit down. I go wait to receive my degree. And also, she thought all her tabata thing. I entered the hall. My man was like, oh, Ben, you gotta sit down. Ben, you gotta sit down. I said, my man, you're a lie. Loud woman, I'm not sitting on a Katumu. And let me say this. I was being sarcastic. It's not that I couldn't sit while she was speaking. I was listening. I was in the perimeter. I was in the fence. You know how immigration stuff look like. The place is in the fence there, and everybody is on the open field. I was there. And guess what? Just what I said. I said a woman's statement will bring noise. They valedictorian of our graduating class, Ebenezer Steve Muller, who is currently in Istanbul, Turkey. That old man was not able to announce what I say as First Lady of the Republic of Liberia. Don't even take it, put it on your husband. He the one the president. Say, we gave scholarship at least for one semester to the boy Tuesday, this school. That old man, he opened her mouth to say nothing of such. No scholarship promise. The first valedictorian to graduate from AMU where the guest speaker and get scholarship. I'm very sure if you tell Samira say go be the commencement speaker for that graduation, she will announce on it and go back to the library and tell the CEO say we gotta pay that school fee. CEO he sent me to speak what I've been speaking at pledge. We gotta fulfill. Katumu quote me, I'm telling you. I am a graduate of the AM University. Quote
Ben, she
me.
wasn't supposed to do that.
No, 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 no. Don't say that, Grace. Grace, if you say that, it's unfair to the people of Liberia, people that are listening. Let me tell you this. When the people facilitate your ascendancy, They expect a lot from you. Grace, let me ask you this question. Did you and God ever have a conversation? You and God did not have any
Eh,
conversation.
don't be
No,
popping
I'm not
anywhere.
coming. No,
You
no,
know,
no, no,
that
no, I'm
answer
coming. No, Grace, I'm coming. No, I'm asking rhetorical question. I don't, I won't ask you to answer me, right? I'm asking
you.
rhetorical question. You and God did not have any conversation. Not me, not even Samara. We pray to God. We're told that God created us, so we pray to Him. One way, but literal human being in flesh and blood who can be and create hope that people should trust them. This is what I'm getting. What I'm telling you, the Bwaka family, they're very mean, they're stingy, and they are not impactful, they're not significant and useful to the Liberian people. What hurts them so much is Clan Marie, former First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, in her role as former First Lady, is immensely contributing, is impacting the country. Katumu was the de facto First Lady for 12 years under the Bwaka and Salif administration. What did she do as former de facto First Lady? Remember, Ellen, as a female president, she had no First Lady attached to her because Ellen is a widow. We all know Ellen Johnson to be a widow and a female president. So Katumu ran the offices of the first lady for 12 good years. What did she do? I was in Canada. Don't quote me, quote residents of rehab. Katumu were frying donor and pepper color and selling kuwe and plastic bags of water to people in the community. Let me tell you this. When whatever happened in the country, Bwaka and Kun lied to the people, and Liberians were desperate. They want their lives, they want hope, and they thought that this old man would have brought some changes. They went after them. Let me tell you, Katumu failure. As a first lady, the very first thing you should be able to do, you should be able to utilize your influence to engage with a group of citizens, to engage with a vulnerable community. That should be your role. When Katumu went to Lofa, what did she do? You are a witness, Grace. Katumu shared popcorn on the
But
children of Lofa.
what she
No,
had.
Grace, this is wrong. We cannot be doing that. You are a mother. You are a
So first,
mother. Grace, you have children. You may have your child or children. Let me tell you one thing. I am a father. You see, let me tell you this. You see, God have a way of rewarding people who are generous. He blessed them. And people who, when you are mean, when you are so tight, no matter how much you excel, let me tell you this. You will face the consequences. You will face the wrath. There is no justification for First Lady of the Republic to be showing power. It's not what she have. That woman is presiding over millions from taxpayers' money, Grace. You can do that to our people. Why is she going after Cloud? Let me tell you this. Katumu, why it hurts so much. Let me tell you,
You
people are
breaking him
angry in the
in.
country about Katumu's posture. The father is not doing anything. She's just passing over the place, scaring back of the people. You going after Cloud, yeah? Let me tell you this. The first thing here is Clan Maria Foundation was not funded by the
Mm.
government. Not
then you're
funded by
coming in
Clan
bad.
Maria. I want to say this when I
Come on.
sell a car out there. We see young ladies passing around. They all are the young ladies.
Okay, then you coming in distorted. You have to check your mic. Check your mic, Ben. Check your mic.
It's Granny.
I'm not hearing you, Ben. I said
Okay.
I'm not even hearing
While
you.
while we're trying to get Ben on the line, the cash giveaway is on. Keep dialing *799*8#. Play with 50 Liberian dollars. Shortly, I'm going to do a draw for one bag of rice and tino of oil. One bag of rice. I don't know. It is the big tino. Yeah, the big one. A bag of rice and a dinner of all shortly. We're going to do a draw for that. So *799*8#. Let's get 5 persons to play *799*8#. You're using just 50 LRD. Shortly, we do a draw
So
for
get
a
her
bag
back
of rice
around.
and oil. 50 LRD *799*8#. I want to do the draw. Let's get 5 persons to play so that we be able to do the draw here this morning. The code is *799*8#. 5 persons. I'm checking 5 persons. And guess what? You can play more than one time. You can play more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, right? More than one time, more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. *799*8# is the code. *799*8# is the code, and be able to use 50 LRD. As soon as I see the 5 persons, I might even do the draw before we go over to Ben. Okay, but let's get the 5 persons to play shortly. *799*8#. You're using 50 LRD, 50 Liberian dollars. What are you supposed to use? But let's get.
Hey, Granny.
Okay, but then am I okay now?
I'm trying to see. Go ahead.
I'm and making medicine on my mic this morning. So
No,
let's
You see,
I will not take that from you, sir.
Grace, just face it, yeah. So what was the problem, Grace?
I don't know. It doesn't mean I'm making a better. So you just,
Grace,
hey, no,
Grace, I
no, no,
will
no, no.
Grace,
No,
I
no,
will
no.
ask you because I'm using to be calling my mind over.
No, I'm not the one. Trust me.
Yeah,
I'm protecting you. You know I'm for Clara on this because she's a woman.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm for
You
her
know,
on this.
But let's go ahead, Ben. Let's go.
in all fairness, to be honest, on this platform, it is sad the manner and form in which the regime is proceeding is wrong. I can tell anyone. Joseph Boaka, what Boaka and Katumu would do that would be better for them. But I can't marry where is doing a good job. Use your influence. Let your wife go and perform. In fact, we need competition in performance. If Katumu can try to say, okay, she want outshine Madam Clark Marie Wea by doing her foundation and helping. Imagine if all of the first lady our country will have can have a competition to give back. Do you know how many people, how many vulnerable people will benefit in our country? That is the best thing. The last time, even Khartoum, it's not the first time at Grace and Samara, Khartoum were crying for the Mercedes Benz that Madam we are drive. The woman private car. Khartoum were crying for that car, all the baby rolling all on the ground. But let me tell you one thing. What we know is that the court, first of all, we want to say this to the court. You cannot subpoena the Clarko Foundation to produce document against yourself. You have to be specific. The specificity in the situation matters. Ask the foundation for particular or specific documents you're interested in. And you go to it. But one thing I can say, the first lady, Madam Clark, is very responsible. She's a woman of substance, the real mother of Liberia. Matter of fact, the former first lady who the current first lady stay running in her shadow. They can't even survive easily. What's the matter? We gotta keep your head up, keep pushing. I want to say this to yourself, Walker. And we stop causing too many distractions for yourself. Because Cloud Mario we are one of those persons you will never get hold of. Don't waste your time. And what you're looking for, Mr. Boak, I want to say this to you. Liberians are angry. Stop aggravating, and further, I want to say to you, focus on the brand, but you know you fail, but you're still collecting salaries. So use the remaining 2 years you have in the government to collect your salaries. We understand there's nothing that happened in the country that Waka didn't know about. Everything that happened in the country Waka know about. What is Eddie Diablo? People really don't expose Waka. So, we are Manakla Maria is in a very good standing. And we want to say congratulations, my first lady, Maria. Keep serving the Liberian people interest, keep serving the vulnerable community, keep serving the children. No weapon formed against the first lady, Maria, by the witchcraft Katumu and or wicked
Okay.
us for what I will reveal for over the Bible Foundation.
Okay.
Let's say that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, when I saw this release, some part of last week, I actually had a lot of thoughts, right? If you can recall, Grace, there have been other accusations wherein at a point in time, I believe that folks within the Unity Party, they did that, just to shame people, to pay debts, because they thought that few people did similar thing to them at the time they were in power, so they could use that means to be able to have a revenge. And let us be real, right? Grace and Ben, they have said it all. Let us be real. Claudia is not somebody who is struggling. Straight to the point. Me, I'm going to nail the hammer just the way it should be. She's not struggling. She wasn't struggling. Everybody can get a struggle with this. But Claudia started hitting her own money. Even before George Weah could become a president. George Weah started handling his own money, started riding private jet. Even before he could be the president. So this is to tell you that they had it going before Liberia, before the presidency and all of that. Claudia was living in the States. She have a son. The son plays football. Claudia's son alone able to support that Cloud Hope Foundation. His own money able to support it. And not talking about Cloud money herself. At times, let us be able to erase that narrative that if the person served, then means that those of the people who even take your money, your people do not even know them.
Yeah. No, like that.
You have to not even know them. If this person is struggling and all of a sudden you see the person, then you can say, oh, that government money, the person eating.
Mm-hmm.
But the lady wasn't struggling. As a first lady, she had a specific amount of money that was her salary that she used to receive as the first lady. So let us stop this thing wherein we'll start witch hunting people. We'll start going for specific individuals. We'll start to politicize everything. Katumu Bwaka has her foundation. Can we say that it is the country money that Katumu Bwaka is putting in the foundation? Definitely no. Mm-hmm. Because Katumu Bwaka was selling cool air. She was selling coal. She was selling coal water. She never even had it. After Joseph Boga left the whole vice presidency. Joseph Boga became president, they didn't start with a foundation again. Should we say it is the presidential money that she's eating? We cannot say it because we do not have fights. So at times you people do not just do things just to damage people's image, to score political goal. Because that's how it is. This lady have been running on foundation. Now one day the news come up, we heard that she take you. Or she took so money. Why going after it? Oh, you think that because she was the first lady, so it is the country money that she used to put the foundation down? Is that how it is? This whole thing started with Finabono's daughter again. People started to say, oh, Finabono's daughter, she riding first class on a plane. I was like, all of these things, they are petty, Grace. Grace, for an example, I get my child. And I'm working in government. I'm at 40. So my child shouldn't ride first class or business class on a plane? Because I'm thinking about the Liberian people, what they will say. Anybody who get money, who they will invest in, not their family. You will get money in over your family to suffer.
No, get my money, I'll go to DJ Secret.
There are simple things. If you're serving as a minister in your government, Grace, there are simple things that you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get a car. You're supposed to get a house. If you're serving in position, these are things that you should have. Not if you have a car, then they say that it costs you money, the person takes to purchase a car. That is not how it works. George Weah been having money ever since Manchester was a ball. First Lady Claudia have been having her own money. So how is it now that you're coming? Okay, no problem. I understand. It is fine. You want to investigate. Let the investigation be done. Don't say somebody will turn over their foundation to you so they be able to carry on investigation. Why you did not carry on your investigation? Bring the fights, do the one, do that one, then you do the arrest and say, okay, we're putting cease on the property because of this.
That's it.
Then everybody will see it. Because as much as we're saying these things, the law is the law. If you're being accused, you go into it. Go through the court proceedings. If the court says this, nobody can sit on the radio and say this is happening and that is happening. And if you're doing these things, you should do it to some of the people in government too. We always say that things should be done holistically. It should not just be few individuals from CDC. Let us stop that. Do you know how many officials in this government, they are buying houses around here? They are buying land around here.
But Kara did not buy the place for herself. They seem like the children she's raising there. She's not giving a place to
She's not a mean person.
Liberians, for God's sake.
These children are going to school. They are being well educated. At times, let us try and put the politics aside and see the good. Let us try and do that. Nobody will feel fun to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is not in power. Then CDC government or Elizana Kumi government, whoever government that comes to power, start to hunt Katumu Bwaka. Myself will sit on this radio and say that is wrong. Let the right thing be done. Okay, you're saying that it is alleged that this person in this place is being, go and get a fight. Just go through the court proceedings and let the right thing be done.
You shouldn't have come for that woman. That woman is different.
Okay, but let us be able to talk to a few Liberians, and then we go into our last conversation that will be taking us home this morning. But just before that, before we go to the phone lines, I want for us to do this draw here. We promised the people.
The 5 person has played.
We're waiting for the 5 people to play, but let us just be able to do the draw, Grace. Let us do the draw. We will get more people to play. So it is the rice and all. Okay. Let us get this number here and see as to if we can place a call to he or she. If this person picks, the person be able to win your money. Okay. Star 799 star 8 hatch is the code. Star 799 star 8 hatch is the code. Play with 50 Liberian dollars. It's just 50 Liberian dollars you're using to play, and then you'll be able to win yourself some money here. 50 LRD gives you, what it bet on, 50 LRD, gives you a bag of rice with oil. It gives you 5,000, it gives you 10,000, it gives you a phone. Star 799 star 8 hash is the code to play it and be able to win some money here this morning. We're placing a call to this person. We will call this number 3 times. Good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
My name is Samira. One line. I call you from Voice of Liberia. You're joining us from Kakata. Elijah, you did play the cash giveaway this morning.
Yes.
How many times did you play? 10 times.
Yeah.
What is the code?
Star 799 star 8 hash.
Okay. Elijah, you won a bag of rice and oil.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
When you will be coming to town?
I hit Takata. So, hello.
Yes.
I said hit Takata.
Yes, of course we have branch there.
So you can direct me there so I can go for my price.
So what we're going to do is we will send it there. I'm taking your number now. 881-7265-9. Okay, I'm taking your number down now. We will send it there. One of our employees, and once it reaches there, we'll be in communication. Okay, I'm about to call you on my private Lone Star number.
Okay.
So you can just call the number I'm about to call you on. You see a missed call. You can just call the number to be able to, get details about your stuff. Okay. There are other people listening to you. Can you encourage them to play?
Yeah, so right now, no rest on my referee yesterday. So I'm already happy. I'm already this morning. Yeah.
Okay. So the number that is calling you now is my private number. Let us communicate. I'll tell you once the rice reaches there with the oil, you'll get to know. But keep playing, okay?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right. You see that person there played 10 times. It tells you that the more you play, you're hearing it to this, the state of the nation address. That guy said that no rest to his house. So the rest that he won, he ain't will be able. That's how it is. That's how people are struggling in this country, right? When you get food to eat every day, you should tell God thank you, because it is not easy. Now, let us be able to move forward, fellow Liberians. There is this issue, which of course is important that we have a conversation around. This issue will be taking us home. Once we have a conversation on this issue, it's going to be taking us home. And tomorrow morning, we'll be here with another conversation. Now, the Ministry of Information did a post. Jeremy PR, who is the Minister of Information, he disclosed that the government of Liberia will return the 35 yellow machines they earlier brought into the country. He emphasized that there is no intention to renegotiate the previous purchase agreement. These machines, they arrived in 2024. They were being paraded with the President of the Republic of Liberia picture, Mama Ability. They pass around with this yellow machine. And currently, as we speak, we're getting this information. But at the same point in time, the minister also said that the government discontinued the earlier procurement process, and the government has instead entered into negotiation with a new vendor from China. There are a lot of questions about transparency concerning or surrounding this whole yellow machine thing. Now, I'm going to kick the ball rolling. The yellow machine, when we heard about it at first, President Joseph Boakai said that he had good friends. It was a gift. We came again, he said, gentleman agreement. It was where that gentleman agreement quote came from. Look around it again, we got to know Mama Ability was the one that was in front of it. Turn it around again, we got to know that even the PPCC document, even the people there at PPCC, they weren't in the know that yellow machine were coming into the country. But yet still, these yellow machines came into the country, it was being paraded with. People held it. Folks from the Unity Party, they held it. How they're coming to do this, they're coming to do that, is for the roads and blah, blah, blah. This is a very interesting topic because the yellow machine issue within Liberia, it has been one of the things that people have been flagging. People have appreciated the Black Arts government for this yellow machine. The process wasn't transparent. The process, it was something that the Liberian people were not even in the know about. At a point in time, it was later before the legislature got into it. Liberians were made to understand that they will not pay a dime for this machine or for these machines, that the machines, they are coming free to our country. But at the end of the day, the VP had to go to China to go negotiate. We got to know that these machines, they were to be purchased. But here is my big question before going on to Ben for his analysis. The machines that the government will be transporting back to China, who paying for the transport? Who paying the transportation? Because these machines come, then they came into the country, money was being spent. Now they're taking it back to China. Who's paying for it? And that's renegotiation that they did, or they're doing to bring other yellow. You know, everything about the people will just be so kind of way, man. They brought the buses late. They brought the other buses, they took it back to Ghana. They said it was not good. Then the yellow machine again that have been the most talk about it. You're taking it back to China. Who paying for it? For them to transport it back to China. Renegotiation have to be done and all of that. You people never knew that this process was not transparent from the very beginning. Even the president himself, he lied to us about this thing. picture on a parade with it made it to look like we coming, like Liberia is coming to be changed right at that moment. That was how you made it to look. All the time it had been packed here. The people went around Monrovia with the thing. Macabre was standing on it. And when they were doing that thing, I said, do you know how many machines that were being brought into the country earlier? So when they said they're parking low content, grass has grown on it. So these machines that they are bringing, I accept the fact that these are initiatives that the government want to take up, but it should be used. There should be people here to operate it. It should not just come and there be packed. You know, at times when you're speaking against some of these things, when you're being very hard on topic, people feel that you do not love the country or you do not love the government. People feel that you just want to talk everything negative about the government. But these are things that we see from afar and try to talk about it. So how did we get to a point that they're transporting these machines back? How? After all of the months, because it was in 2024. 2024 has ended. I mean, we're in 2026. After a year plus, they kept the machine back. Who's transporting them back? So how is it that you people did not reach a particular agreement, but you took the people 35 machine and brought them to like Brian Parade in? How is it? When you just rush to do things, these are things that happen. You just took it and brought it here. You know. I always I'm speaking about this paradity because if you knew how Mama Cat billeted the legs or other were waving a white handkerchief over that machine, I witnessed that video over and over. And when I sat on this radio to talk, there were folks who said you just want to see everything negative. Insults, but we receive it a whole lot. Where me, I'm very cooked. My skin is stuck to it. There were folks that said I just want to see everything negative about the government. Where are we? Are we not back to square zero? At times, some people are saying things to take the sense from there. Not I'm against the government, but some of these things, they just require common logic. Sit down, think, put on your thinking cap, ask yourself hard questions, and you will derive at a particular point. When I see this machine, I'm like, what's the agreement? That machine we get, we do not even have specific answer about this machine. This president said one thing, Mama Kabelete said another thing. And now we are to pay for this machine. The lawmaker, the paper went to the House of Legislation. We have to pay for these machines. Since 2024, 35 came. Last year, Jeremiah went to China. They said they want to negotiate. What become of it? And he did not even go alone. Jeremiah went there with the PPCC, boss. Should the PPCC boss be there? Why they carry on negotiation? Definitely no. We spoke about it again. Where are we now? The machines are to be exported back to China. Who paying our other fees? Who get our other wasted money to give? When you people were bringing it, you did not reach a conclusion. You just brought a machine in the country. A political goal you wanted to score. But let's hear you on this, Ben.
Like we always say, the regime, instead of governing, they're still in campaign. The first thing before you bring in yellow machine or any equipment of such category in the country, there are institutions already set up by the government responsible to execute the function. Every procurement done for the government should go through the PPCC process. The public procurement and concession bodies, PPCC, they are responsible for procurement processes for government. Now, who manage government logistics? The General Services Agency, GSA, they are responsible to manage government logistics. Now, who are responsible for the function or the operation of the yellow machines? It is the Ministry of Public Works. Those three institutions were not involved in bringing of the quote-unquote 30 some yellow machines that Mamaka, Beretti, and others brought.
Mm-hmm.
Who, before the government of Liberia spent money by law, how that process should work? It should go through the legislature because there should be budgetary allocations made for the purchase of those equipment. Now, This thing where people turn to shield or the president, no, but it's untrue. At the ministerial complex, there was a meeting, a cabinet meeting. I remember. Mama Kability stood at the cabinet meeting. She spoke. The public work minister was at the cabinet meeting. Joseph Human Bwaka was at the cabinet meeting. Like Samara rightly said, they made political statements that they were bringing in yellow machines to the country. In fact, that was one of the major talking points. It was included in Bwaka's cabinet discussion at the ministerial complex. Few weeks, a month later, we saw who Mamaka Belete, a protege of Joseph Human Bwaka, parading the streets of Monrovia with, with those yellow machines and some trucks. They drove from the free port of Monrovia through the 72nd Boulevard and went to the EBK barracks. Who were escorting the machines? Officers of the Liberia National Police. Who appointed the police boss, Gregory Cuomo, Joseph Boaka? Where did they take the yellow machine at the EPK barracks? Who is the head of the of the AFL? David Fuller, the chief of staff. Who appointed him? Joseph Boaka. Are you seeing the chronological order and analysis I'm giving here? I'm saying this for people who believe that Joseph Boaka ain't know about things that are happening. Let me tell you all, there is difference in campaigning and there is difference in governing. When you on campaign mode, you on free ride. When you're governing, you have to deliver tangibles. You think Joe Weah is the most popular man in the country? Joe Weah could pull the machines and decide to drive the gun for people to come and clap. Joe Weah brought 40 pieces of yellow machines in that country. It was not on the news. It wasn't in the headline. Joshua distributed pickup trucks to chiefs across the country. They didn't land it all as convoy. It was at the SKD. He announced it. It was SKD. The county superintendent came took it and distributed to the different county ambulances. Put it on the. He didn't go parade the street and make it look that it was something new happening in the country. No, he didn't do that. Unlike Joseph Yuma Boaka, who thought that by parading the streets with Mama Kabete and others, do you know the only reason why today they are saying this is because it is glaring, the public outcry, the work Voice of Liberia did, and a couple of other media institutions by engaging the public consistently and saying these people violated all of the laws on the yellow machine issue. Now I made a shame. I'll be honest with you. I made a shame. And this is a bad precedent. Another thing I want to point out: why did Jeremiah Kuhn travel to China, the second most powerful man in the country? Why he had to be the one to travel to China to go and discuss yellow machine issues? Why almost just like human black? Why it is not Liberians in a competitive bidding process, bidding through the PPCC and other legal framework to be qualified and say, okay, Ben bidding for the contract to bring for the procurement contract, Samira bid for the procurement contract, Grace bid for the procurement contract, and the PPCC evaluate our capacities, see our registration documents, see how our companies are functioning, and say, okay, in view of the foregoing, we've evaluated Ben, we've evaluated Grace, and we evaluated Samira. We think Grace or Samira is qualified to do the procurement. So GOL has vetted that. Let's give the contract to Samira. And Samira go. But then you have to go for the vice president of the country to be able to go and renegotiate for yellow machines. Not a competitive bidding process. Great. Where is the liberalization policy? Where is the respect for the rule of law? Where is the respect or the adherence to transparency and accountability? Where is the sensitivity to the use to the separation of power? Let me tell you this. Whether anybody go up, they come down and try to sugarcoat. Can y'all see the FBI in the country? the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, the in country. Have you seen when was the last time you see a visible, full-fledged dedication of the FBI in Liberia? The second with Greg. And some of you will wonder tomorrow when reports are coming on the country, you will say, I'm talking about those of you listening to the radio. You're welcome and say, okay, the other one happened. Let me tell you something. The most corrupt government in the history of Liberia is the Unity Party regime. They are the most corrupt. People are not following this thing. Oh. When the Americans got ready for Charles Taylor government, they did not just deal with Taylor. They dealt with the entire country. And Taylor ran to Taiwan for rice. As we speak, the massive corruption orchestrated by the Boakai Kun regime, the disrespect of the rule of law, the violation of the constitution order and established protocols, anti-graft institutions, including the PPCC, and this yellow machine issue, they have exposed the Boakai Kun regime. And the reason why we are banned today, if we were in good standing, why other countries that could maintain and pull the trigger, why Rwanda is not signing that alarm? We were the darling boy of the US, we're the darling boy. Liberia was at the best position. That could be highness. But too many issues have happened. And I will say this to you. The Unity Party government have been exposed on this yellow machine deal. The government is wrong in the deal, and there is no transparency and accountability in this process. This is corruption. Bringing a machine in is corruption in itself. Taking the machine back is corruption in itself. And I agree with Samira 100% that the taxpayers' money that was used to bring the machines in the country, and the same taxpayer money will be used to take the machine out of the country. This
For
is
nothing, man.
shared wickedness on the Liberian people. This is hateful. You cannot be wicked to the people who voted you to power only because you have the guns, you preside over the national budget. This is the weaponization of the government against the people, and it is outrageously, it is wicked. We reject it and want to say this to Joseph Yuban Boakai. History will reward you as an object of mass destruction in the history of our country.
Okay. Thank you, Ben. Grace, let's hear you.
Okay, I have a dissenting view on that.
Go ahead.
The Unity Party government is not trying its best to make Liberia a good space for every one of us.
How?
Securing those yellow machine was in the interest of the Liberian people. There are so many counties within Liberia that are underdeveloped when it comes to road construction. And for the government going out to procure those machines and bringing it to country to be able to distribute on various counties to have our road paved was a thumbs up for the government. And I think what the issue here is when the government want to do anything, they should follow the legal process, they should follow the constitution and the guidelines and the workings of the country. Even though there were some breaches, but we the same Liberian people called them to order and told them, we don't want this. We want you to do it this way. And now the government is going back to a drawing board to do it the way we want it. I think now we should be hailing the government for listening to us as citizens. I think we should be hailing them for even the fact that they were able to listen to river radios and talk shows and know that, oh, there was an error in this and we want to rectify that. If they feel the procurement process was not done in the right way, and the process they took in which they brought the machine to Liberia was not in the interest of the people, and they want to rectify, I see nothing wrong in them doing it. I see nothing wrong in them doing it. Can I have my time?
Yeah. You tempted me at this point.
It's okay. It's okay. We will have an opposite view because the fact that look at our roads, Samira. Look at Sano County. Look at Great Gile. Look at Riverside County. And no president we are trying his best. There was plan on doing a coastal highway and other roads, which Unity Party, when they took over, did not stop. They have continued in the footprint that president we are left for them. That is a thumbs up for them. If they are trying to secure or procure or machine that will help them in executing the plan that president we have started, for me, I see nothing wrong with that. I see nothing wrong. Those machines was not going to be used for President Parker on farm. They were not going to carry that machine on Jeremy Pierre farm to go use it there. No. They were going to give it to the same public work ministry to carry to the burial roads in the counties to be able to build those roads. So why should we have problem with them securing machine for the use of Liberian? Development should be the alma mater. What we want here is for Liberia to be developed. Whether that's CDC, whether United Party, we should call for development. I against the fact that maybe there was some lapses in the procurement process and Vice President Kun had to go. We don't know what really happened behind the scene. We don't know why he went for. But the fact that they are trying to renegotiate this deal is still in the interest of the Liberian people. So, Ben, United Party is not the worst government ever. There were government that were more corrupt. The Sandra Kanyanato government, it was corrupt. So, United Party may have lapses, but United Party is trying its best to bring Liberia to the peak. Jaha President Riacha, Jaha Elitra. Remember, we just left the Civil War. We just left the Civil War.
Not just. Ever since.
You hire.
Yeah, no, we still what I kind of in there.
You have your time.
Just.
You say I should go.
You know how many years have passed?
You say I should go ahead. Ben, trust me, none of the workings of this government are not in the know of the president. Yeah. The president may be the one appointing, he will have cabinet meeting, but you can't tell me on this show that everything that is done in Liberia, the president is know about it. No, he's not in the know of everything. There will be institutions that make mistakes. That when you see each time they make mistakes, he expels them or he dismisses them. He's not sitting down, he's not confided, he's not comfortable in one space. Well, when they do wrong, then he can't take action. President Baka has been doing his best. He continues to do his best and put Liberia first. He wants us to think Liberia and build Liberia. He wants Liberia to move from where it was to where he wants to see it. And if there are fruits in the government that don't want to see that happening, it is with the president to dismiss them.
If he dismisses them, what next?
What do you want him to do?
Prosecute them.
He's been trying to prosecute
them.
I mean, but they went to court. LCC was able to clear that he did not commit any crime.
So, Grace, Garrison, as much as Liberians want development, that doesn't mean, I'm sorry, I'm going to use the hard word, Liberians, I'm sorry. That doesn't mean that Liberians should be foolish. You know why I'm saying that doesn't mean that Liberians should be foolish? These people they came here broad machine 2024. What is the machine? What are 2025? Say we really want development. Why they did not go through the reform process that they are about to start at the very beginning? That's just my question. Grace, that is
you have problem with it, Samira. You have problem. You have problem with the procurement. You have problem with everything. Now the government is specifying it. Why should you have problem?
I'm having a problem with it because it is foolish money that is being used, and the money that they're using now to export these machines back, the money that they used to bring these machines into country, it should have been used for another thing. If they want to do something, they should do it correctly, right? This whole yellow machine process, if you can recall, I said a lot about it too, but I'm going to still say this. If you can recall from the very beginning of this yellow machine process, it had never been straight. From the very beginning, Liberians did not get a clear picture as to how these machines are coming in. At a point in time, Liberians were made to understand.
So you want a clear picture or you want development?
I'm coming. You ask me whether I want a clear picture, I want development.
Development should be the hallmark, Samira.
No, development should not be the hallmark. These people are not sitting there and do whatever they want because I want development and I just go with it. Definitely, I will not do it, Grace. I want to know how is it that the government is procuring these things? That what money we're talking about? The money that pay the people, none of the money. That what taxpayer money.
But the president told you it was a kind gesture, and I think it continues.
So that was from the very beginning. That was a kind gesture. Accepted. At the end of the day, what we got? We got that.
So even if that kind gesture, would you contribute to it? Even if that kind gesture, someone say I want to buy you the phone, but you have to be the one to clear it from DHL. Won't you do that?
Grace, no, that's two different things you're talking about. That is a whole two different thing you're talking about. So when I come tell me say this thing is a kind gesture, I'm giving you. Then you tell me say contribution. The thing is, this man didn't understand that they were. He had friends. He made it to look as if to say free of cash. He made it to look as if to say it was a free of cash thing. At the end of the day, Liberians got to know that we pay for it. Then if it doing nonsense, then it's still Liberians pay them money and transport it back to China. So the renegotiation when it coming back, we will pay for it. That doesn't make sense.
Procurement is step by step.
That doesn't make
And
sense. Procurement,
the PPP
listen,
says
Grace,
this is
we cannot talk about this. If procurement is step by step, then they should have followed the PPCC people.
But you said our Matanto. Anyway, I will not agree. You said our Matanto.
I'm saying what you wanted to say.
Okay, Tamara, you know, no problem. I agree. But I still say what I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great to see how you're trying for this stuff.
I'm not trying. I'm just talking against the government.
No, it's not about
But we have problem with
talking.
Clara. I'm trying to come from the mutual point here. What I want is Liberia to be the best. If this government, if the government,
so what the yellow machine,
but development stand at the hallmark.
so they will use all our money. They will say development. The public work minister, you know, when you just talk office, you use our money and tell say, you know, he had another thing to say. But Ben, let's hear you.
Okay, so quickly, I'm having some technical issue, so I will just quickly one issue. In all fairness, nothing has changed in the country for the last 2 years. We're in the third year, the regime has failed, and this is something they can never resuscitate from. Waka is corrupt. He's a very dishonest old man. Jeremiah Kuhn is a desperate, a crooked businessman. People have complained about his record in Nimba. They're not transparent. From the very beginning of their regime, they violated all of the laws in the country. They have no respect for anti-graft institution. What we say here, we're only talking, but the major victims of the situation are the Liberians in the communities who call. Today, if you open this radio and tell Liberians to give their feedback about the Boaka Kun regime, they will complain about hardship, they will complain about the failures of the regime. I want to say this to you Liberians. Go about your normal business. Nothing has changed, and nothing will change under Joseph Yuma Boaka because they don't want to change. They're corrupt. Everything Boaka didn't get in the 42 years, he want to use this last few years to get it for himself, enrich his children, and blah, blah, blah. Kun on the other side is power drunk. He's desperate. He only seeking, looking for money to put in his pocket so he can be able to fight to get political power. Again, that's all they're after. The man who carries the true law for the country and want Liberia to move forward is His Excellency George Weah. George Weah is the true reconciler. He's the father of the nation. He sat and said, okay, Boaka, you said you can do it all. Okay, let's see what you can do. And Boaka have messed everything up. In 2029, all we can say to you, you have one opportunity to get prepared to cast your ballot in 2029 and vote these criminals, this criminal gang of Boaka and Kun. You vote them out. A very irresponsible regime. They have done nothing to improve your life. We can assure you that in 2029, we'll usher in a decent democratic government headed by George Weah, who will clean the mess and move Liberia forward.
Is everything okay with you, Grace?
Always been fine.
Exactly.
Stand by it. The government is in the interest of the Liberian people.
Okay.
The United Party has done its best. It continues to work in the
We're in a year now
of the people, and you will see the changes. The changes are coming, and Ben himself will benefit for some of that changes. Trust me, Ben will benefit.
Okay, 0773-419-502, 0773-419-502, 0555-184711. These are the numbers for those of you in the counters, those of you in Monrovia, Lone Star Orange subscribers. You join us on 0773-978-564, 0773-978-564, 0880-907-907. Let's hear you, Liberians. Good morning.
Good morning.
Edmokar, welcome. Quickly. We do not have much time.
Yeah, thank you. And the first thing I will say is that the government isn't returning any yellow machine anywhere. Zero. That's a lie. That's a propaganda. You saw the preceding event? Did you see the guy in China saying that he was displaying zero yellow machine for zero counties? You saw that, right? That is how they did it. Because here is the thing, Samara. I am doing my business. The Unity Party people want me to believe that you take my goods from me, you kept it for 1 year.
After keeping my goods one day in your store, then you enter the store, you put it back in the container, you put it on the shelf to return it to me.
Yeah.
On the basis of what? That's a lie. They want to, how the blind people, they can do their operation. They want to clean the machine now to use it. So the way to do it is to lie to the Liberian people that we are returning the machine. But they are not returning the machine. If at all they are saying the truth that they are returning the machine, what we want, the same way Mamaka Pedete escorted those yellow machine around the country. We want our credible journalists that we trust to escort those machines at the Freeport of Monrovia, put it on the ship, play drum over it, lead the territorial water of Liberia. That's the only way we'll believe that the government is not taking the machine back.
That guarantee, there is warranty.
Thank
the
you.
warranty has not.
Thank you, everyone. Good morning. Oh, this person, you go to bust out here in studio, which of course we will not accept that. That's not where we're accepting. Good morning. Morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. Nima, where do you join us from?
I'm Bro John calling from Bangabon
Are
County.
you hearing it? Bangabon County, go ahead.
Yeah. For me, our name was clarified that she is not coming. We need a machine. I think the machine will help us to integrate some of our country rules. So we have a good rule in the country. And even to but one thing I want to say is that I'm not denying for one basic thing, but based on know that like civil war are there, we are left that war. Some of all who grew up during the civil war, and then some of all now are getting old. Are you looking at the year that are passed after the civil war?
Okay.
And after the war, it was the time that for Liberia to you are put import the machines so that we can be able to detail our country.
Thank you, my brother. Good morning.
That was not done.
Thank you, other people.
Thank you. Let's talk to another person. We do not have much time, so if you call in, just make a point.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
You're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. Nima, where do you join us from?
My name is Moses Rich College Jr. and I join you from the Single Bell.
Quickly, let's hear you.
Yeah, my issue has to do with the studio guest there. You were discussing.
There's no studio guests. We're all panelists.
Oh, you are? Okay. My issue has to do with the panelists in there. Yeah. He said that Georgia really, really love this country. He is not saying the truth. There's a Liberian people who love Georgia. Georgia does not have any love for the Liberian people, neither the country.
Okay, thank you. We hear your own. Your problem is Georgia. I ain't get love for the people. That the people get love for Georgia. Thank you. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Samira.
Let's hear you.
Good morning to Olive and your friend, Minister.
Who is Olive?
Don't call me Olive.
Okay, sorry.
Grace, not Olive.
Give me a good morning to Ben Minister and Samira. The others, Fernandez. Samira, my name is Oliver Wazra. So I joined this morning from just after. Samira, I listened to the other team saying that the government listens to public radio, so they are taking some advices that the procurement process are wrong. So my question is, the government that in power is not punishing about the public procurement law, that they will go to purchase machines that cost, according to before then, it is almost $1,000,000, that they're not taking the public procurement law into account. And the other issue has to do with, she's telling us to commend the government in which way the government blatantly violated the laws and they wanted to steal from us. So because I think public pressure and making it to reverse, so they should be telling us sorry. And the machine they are saying that they are carrying back, they are not carrying the machine nowhere. They are going to rebring the machine and then put them on the machine they are bringing. This government is running rules. You can see common criminals, even for that itself.
Thank you, my brother. We'll take 2 more calls and then we wrap up. Radio is time. We need to give a chance to the next presenter so that he or she be able to take over. The cash giveaway is on, fellow Liberians. We're giving out some money. Yes, we just gave somebody a bag of rice. You could be the next person in line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Samara.
Name and where do you join us from?
My name is Emmanuel Gole, calling from Benton resident.
Quickly, let's hear you.
You see, Samira, this UD party-led government is in the other corruption to us. And yellow machine issue, everything there, like I hear Grace saying is we should put development first. So we put development first and our country be squander, our taxpayer money be used to the wrong side. So we use that, like, we use the whole budget to do development. And then everything go in behind one yellow machine. They are paying them to go back, paying to come back. You see that? It will affect some sectors of the government.
Okay. Thank you, Mattia, brother. Let's talk to this person. Good morning. Nima, where do you join us from?
Hello?
Yeah, Nima, where do you join us from?
Good morning. Good morning, my sister. How are you this morning?
I'm okay.
Thank you for the show. And that is the Almighty God for your life. And so the CEO, Stephen Kerry. That means that the Almighty God for the life of Stephen Kerry.
You want to make a point quickly? You want to make a point quickly? Okay, let's take another person. We'll do other one another time. Good morning.
Good morning. This is
Morning. Let's hear you.
Sheriff Money from Broadview. This is just a mirror the government. Their lives not strange to us. You know, the issue about the yellow machine business is very much confusing to the Liberian people. You told us that the yellow machine that you brought into a country that your friend gifted you with that machine. Before long we go, we talk, so you said our gentleman agreement. Later on, you brought 30 pieces of that machine in the country. You paraded with our taxpayer money. Today, you are telling us that you took the machine back to China to rearrange about the machine. I think the machine is still in this country. Today, Wakai and his gang are just wanted to lie to the Liberian people to use us so that they can enrich themselves before 2029. Because they know to the extent that 2029 they will be voted out. Thank you very much, Samira.
Okay, thank you. We still have people phoning in. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sister Samara. I say good morning to your panelists. This is Philip de Tour from Banga City, Bon Country.
Philip LG de Tour.
Thank you for the recommendation, sister. Let me say this. This is a frustration that is happening to we the Liberian, that the old men who came to power, we say, have already experienced that they shouldn't give men job to a ball. And the job have been given to a man now, then everything is misleading to the Liberian people. Look, nobody should defend the old man saying that he's not in the know. The old man came to the Liberian people and made them to understand that one of the friends will give a gift to the Liberian people with a yellow machine. And when you come to the Liberian people, they say, man, today the machine will parade, they talk about the machine will be returned to the place. Also for the taxpayer money. It's what happening for you there. So they tell me the president nobody, the main nobody, these are major something. But they put into the king on the matter of lie. So everything is lie. It's frustrating. Thank you for putting me down, sister.
Thank you for participating. Also, star 799 star 8 hatch. Use 50 LRD. Win yourself 5,000 LRD, a bag of rice, button phone, and also oil on the broadcast. Good morning.
Hello?
You're live. Your name and where do you join us from?
Yeah, our own line went up.
Yes, I was asking you for you to make your point quickly, my brother.
Yeah, what I want to say, I was telling people thank you first of all for the death thing that counted me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's extremely well for the people of Liberia.
Okay.
As a son of Lima, I really want to appreciate him because.
Oh, I wanna, yeah, my brother. We are talking about a particular issue. We had a whole conversation after the counter meet. I'm so sorry that you couldn't be a part that day to give out your thanks and appreciation, to appreciate Nima County and all of that. But that is not the discussion on board here. I'm so sorry that you were a part the last time. But that is not the conversation. If you want to speak, you speak up to the issue that we have on board currently, please. Okay, we have taken a lot of calls and we have few minutes to go. We have just 5 more minutes. Let's quiz in this person. We are always quizzing in people. Yeah, morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Your line is breaking.
Yeah, my name is Avin Chia. I'm calling from Southern Gamma Creek.
Okay, Avin, let's hear you.
Okay, let me make it sweet and short. You see, my sister, we have to be real to ourselves. You see, we have to be truthful to ourselves as a Liberian. The whole yellow machine issue, My sister is still defending this government. The fact that the government lied to us, sorry to say our president lied to us. Our president said to us that this yellow machine, it was a gentleman agreement. Gentleman agreement. Look at what yellow machine strength. It was gentleman agreement. From there, they said they spent 80 millions. For 80 millions, they came down to 20 millions. The whole yellow machine issue is just looking that type of way. You get me? My sister is still defending this government that want development. So because you want quarrying, so you want still quarrying, or because you want water, so you want still water. So that is bad for me in the school that we went to. Really, it's really bad for me in the school that we went to, we learned. I'm sorry to say, it is good to use our head to think, to be frank. The whole yellow machine issue, the president can lie. Even the vice president, even his follow-up. You keep lying to the Liberian people. You don't want to be fair to the Liberian people. So thank you very much, my sister.
Okay, thank you for participating. Of course, we're not taking any more calls. If you place in your call, we will not take it.
No problem.
Grace, how you say that kind of thing?
No problem.
Let me say in your common life, how you say that kind of thing? You know your own pay.
Yeah.
You know what we can do after the show. So So what I want we gotta say, but people are close their ears. But Grace, it has been an interesting moment. Let's hear you. Let's close up.
Samara, thank you for the opportunity, even though our list this morning, and to my Liberian people. If I say anything that did not go down well with you, like I said, I owe no apologies. I
Grace.
speak the Liberian people.
I just say you coming. I just thought you were about to say sorry.
No, I'm here for the Liberian people, and I put the Liberian people interest first.
Okay.
I'm not here to meet any political party interest. So the United Party, stop witch hunting their sedition. Their term is over. They serve public space. Unity Party, stop witch hunting and do the work the Liberian people have trusted you with. To the Unity Party again, thank you for your efforts in making Liberia great. Thank you for the yellow machine, and we know you're going to do your best in building the rules in Liberia. And so Ben, I love you, and I'll continue to put Liberia first over any political party. If you're looking for my party, I'm from Soup anyway. I'm a Liberian, and I stand for what I believe to be truth. Thank you, Samara.
Okay, thank you, Grace. We had a really good time. Yeah, let me say many thanks and appreciation to those of you who followed this broadcast. Thanks to those of you who followed from Facebook, YouTube, our online page. Those of you there in the 15 political subdivision who religiously follow this conversation from start to end. We're grateful that we have you here as a follower of this institution, this program, particularly. It was a great time. Like I said, I'll continue to say we went to see or hear as to what the president will deliver today on his third State of the Nation address. It is constitutional that the president on the fourth working day in every January be able to address the nation, tell the people some of the things that he has done, some of the things that he's about to do. But from where I stand, every time I say this thing, if you grade the president from 1 to 10 or the government, I shouldn't say the president, the Joseph Yuma Boaka government, if you're grading it on the scale of 1 to 10, I will give them a 2. Yes, 2%, because there are a lot of things that the president said that his government could have done for the Liberian people, which of course we're not seeing these things, in action. So definitely until these things are, handled the way it should be handled, that is where it will be able to speak of some of the good things that the person is doing. But until then, this is where we stand. We hope for the best of our country. Liberia first, Liberia last. There's absolutely no way that any of us will sit on this platform and say we want for a government to fail. Because if the government fails, the citizen and the country fails. If this government remains static and they cannot do anything for Liberian people for 6 years, another government will be starting over. So that is the reason why we have to put the country first. We have to give out of the hard talks. If the government do things that are commendable, we will commend them. And if they do things that are not commendable, definitely we'll be able to tell them the hard truth. And at least, and I hope that they be able to listen. Do have yourself a pleasant Monday. Let us all follow the State of the Nation address to be able to critique and to be able to acknowledge some of the things that will be said by the president. My name is Samira Wanlai. Do have yourself a pleasant day.